Okay, everybody, welcome to Things Getting Sketchy. Justin, why don't you take it from here? Justin? Wow, that's weird. Justin's just going to sit there and stare at us tonight? I don't know what's going on. I guess Justin doesn't love everybody as much as we do, so we'll say goodbye to Justin for now. How's it going, everybody? Welcome to the last Things Are Getting Sketchy for 2021. At the moment, we've got Hugh's hand, and his blue sketchy book. And we got Mike's hands and a cool looking swamp thing going.
What up, bullies?
And we are waiting for Casey. His computer decided to reboot right as he started to sign in. So as soon as he jumps in, we'll bring him into the feed. But at the moment, yes, Alicia's on her way to a family party, so she won't be here with us tonight.
Yeah, bummer to miss Alicia, but that's cool. We'll catch you next time.
Yeah.
You should.
So what do you got going on tonight, guys? I know you guys are finishing out the Kickstarter covers.
Yes, I am drawing a Gambit for Mr. Ryan Jablonski, who's a regular watcher of the show, I think, and an awesome dude. And we actually had a conversation the other day about how, in one capacity or another, Ryan has known me at shows for over 10 years, which is which is pretty crazy. Because it's 2022 somehow. I drawing board somehow. I kind of started touring around 2010, so it's actually probably over over 10 years now, which is crazy. Anyway, yeah. So we're drawing him a Gambit, and I haven't drawn. I was trying to think of the last time I drew a Gambit, or if I had ever drawn a Gambit before, and I think maybe I've done like a beer coaster or something of him, but I don't think I've ever drawn a full figure. So this would be kind of a fun challenge for me as well.
Excellent.
I guarantee.
And Hugh, what are you doing with Rob's cover tonight?
Rob has got the mighty Nightcrawler.
That's gonna be awesome.
Excellent.
And a blue
He's
cover.
got the mighty Nightcrawler. I was told Nightcrawler is the dude for tonight.
Hello.
Oh,
You guys hear me?
We can hear you.
Hello?
And see things and hear things?
Yes.
Awesome. How's everyone doing? Sorry for the delay.
That's all right, Casey. We know you Hollywood.
Yeah. So, Hollywood.
Hollywood Parsons decided to
Hollywood Parsons, baby. Tell a friend and two cousins.
You're on time, you're early.
That's right.
In this group, yeah.
Justin tonight?
Say what?
No Justin?
No. Actually, I have many of frozen still images to place him throughout the show, but so he will be joining us from time to time, just not in his normal capacity. He forgot that he was going to the in-laws tonight, or his parents' house tonight.
Yes.
So the internet.
That's a good 2 hours, yeah.
Yeah, and the internet there apparently is, we'll say, not great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably good enough to watch the show, but maybe not good enough to broadcast from,
Yeah. So as long as I can make him seethe, I'll be okay. I'm sure he'll be jumping in the chat rooms in a little bit. All right, Casey, what are you working on tonight?
Good question. Well, I'll be doing Imram's cover. I know he won't be watching, but I'm going to get that going. Because he's on, like a 12-hour difference than us,
I think
time-wise.
that's what it is now, yeah, with all the
Oh, wow.
savings junk being flipped around.
Where's he out of?
Pakistan?
Oh, wow. Awesome.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So,
Very cool.
yeah.
Yeah.
Who are you drawing for him?
It's going to be one of the Winds of Baltoro characters, actually.
Oh, cool.
So I may need some help about what these characters, what they're about. I kind of like the one. I think you sent me this picture, Stefan. The guy, he's kind of riding a type of bull beast that has like 4 horns
Yeah, yeah.
And he's got a horned helmet. I kind of like that guy.
Yeah, it's one of the bad guys, so yeah, he's dope. Yeah.
That seems more up my alley.
Go for it.
Yeah.
I still got another blank if I screw this up. It's very likely.
Nah, you're fine. You're fine.
Oh, you'll see. You'll see how bad it can get.
Give me a chance to catch up here in the chat, see what everyone's got going on.
And Alicia can't make it tonight, right?
Yeah, she's in her car listening at the moment, but yeah, she's on her
Well,
way.
that counts.
Yeah, she's on her way to
Okay.
a family party.
That's cool.
You can see the character. See the character. That's the reference I have.
Yeah.
Oh, cool, man. Right on. He looks awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, sweet. I love the bull. That's wicked.
Yeah, this cute dog he's riding.
Oh, hey, CJ's asking if Casey's cover from the last show got finished, and do you still have it to show, or did that one get?
Yeah. Yeah, I have it here. I didn't know if
I'm
you
sorry,
wanted
and I
to
think I
see
said
that.
Casey, but I meant CJ. CJ was asking
Oh.
about Casey. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I mean, I meant to say your name as for you, but I think I said Casey twice instead of CJ. I'm not even drinking yet.
I was asking about my cover.
But yeah, he's asking about your cover from last time.
Yeah, I hope this is all right.
Ooh,
Okay.
Yeah, it looks killer, man. Looks amazing. Sweet. All right.
Something.
Yeah, that's good. Nice.
Mm-hmm.
I
That was
forgot, who is that one for? I'll have to look that up.
That's for Chris. I'm not sure if it was
Oh yeah,
which-
the guy out of Jacksonville, Mike Johnson. Yeah. Not that I'm doxing him or anything. I just remember that he's Florida.
So what are you guys working on then?
I am doing a gambit. I'm just having a hard time getting positioned here because my desk is pretty
Gambit's fun.
messed up. But yeah, should be able to get that.
Is it going to be throwing Pokemon cards or poker cards?
Something like that. Yeah. I always thought the cards were kind of funny. Like I would keep pockets full of hardballs just to. I mean, I feel like that would have a little bit more, throwing capacity. Maybe. I don't know, because I feel like if you're energizing something that's practically weightless, how far are you really going to throw that thing?
Yeah.
I mean, unless that's part of the powers. I'm actually not much of an X-Men guy, I will admit to y'all. So I did like the character. I always thought the powers were neat, but maybe there's a nuance of them I don't understand. I just kind of feel like a piece of gravel would probably do a little more damage than a playing card. And you can throw it farther and more precisely. And I don't know, maybe you could throw that into someone's head and then it explodes with your kinetic energies that you have or whatever your deal is there, Remy LeBeau. But yeah. Right now I'm just chalking the back of mine so I can do a transfer onto the blue cover because I would destroy one of those blue covers in the pursuit of trying to chase a drawing on the surface of it.
Think so?
Yeah, I think so. I feel like erasing on those covers won't be your friend very much, and I don't know. I do a lot of erasing at the start of a sketch, so this will give me a nice clean transfer that I can build on and do something awesome with.
So you're doing the same method as the last time, right?
Pretty much, yeah. I want to have a nice. I don't know if Ryan gets his stuff graded or not. I don't know if that's a concern, but I just like to try to keep the book in as good shape as possible anyway. So I actually kind of miss drawing sketch covers. It's been months and months since my last sketch cover auction. And yeah, I don't know. I've just been busy doing other stuff, I guess. But
Let
I
me
kind
know
of
how
missed
many
it.
you need. I'll get them to you.
Oh, yeah, no, I got loads and loads of them here, actually. But I just every kind of sketch cover around. I want to get back into the rhythm of doing them, though, more often, for sure.
Hey, Murray. Murray just popped in.
Hey, Murray.
Hey,
Murray.
speaking of the covers and everything, Hugh, did you see Eric's post where he framed your art in the book.
Oh yeah.
Oh, looks
Yeah.
good.
It's
So,
another-
I didn't
so
realize.
crazy.
Yeah, I didn't realize you got your My Date with Monsters covers too.
Yeah, yeah,
Nice.
yeah. He's got a few covers now. He's
I really want to talk him into doing a virtual tour of his art collection.
oh man, pretty much every surface in the guy's place is covered with, covered with our framed artwork. Like it's a tremendous thing. It really is. Yeah, it's bananas. I'm gonna create a bumper for myself here so I can have my drawing sitting on something that's not gonna wreck it. What can I put there that would work? Let's use something like this. That'll work. There we go. Okay.
Jeremy, he has a frame guy. Jeremy's asking how he can afford so many frames after buying the artwork. He's got to be connected.
You know what? I would hope at this point they're giving him a good deal on frames if he's going to the same place. He man, it's crazy the amount of stuff he's had framed just this year would rival most big time collectors' collections that I've ever seen. He's really collected just an incredible body of work, and he's getting more and more pieces. Like he just showed me some stuff he's had recently picked up from Europe that is just like unbelievable. Like, oh my God. Yeah.
He's scared he's gonna stop one day.
Well, you know what? The faster he fills up his house, maybe we could be signing our own warrants here. I don't know.
Nah, he'll just sell off a quarter of his collection and buy a new house.
That's right. Yeah.
Jeremy, I believe he actually was a frame guy. Actually,
As far as I know, yes, he was a frame guy at one time and never owned any artwork or collected artwork in those days. So it's kind of a beautiful closing of a circle in some ways, maybe. But yeah, does that put that in a good position, or should I have it a little higher?
right there. That's good. Oh, there.
No, it's kind of a tricky
Yeah.
thing to position. For whatever reason, I can't really tighten the ball that holds that. I don't know why. It won't really tighten it, kind of.
Send me a picture of what you're talking about, because I'm sure we can.
Yeah, I'm sure I can too. Just what I've been doing is I've just been using the wire as a way to kind of tug the wire a bit and then affix the wire, and that gives me a spot that looks.
What you can do is use a rubber washer.
Oh yeah, that's what I was thinking. Yeah, something like that. Yeah. Is that okay position wise?
Yeah.
Okay. Maybe I can go a little bit like this. Yeah. Okay. All right. So next step then is for me to take a very, very sharp pencil, actually very hard pencil. It's key that it's a very hard pencil, hard leaded pencil, like an H or something like that. Maybe something a little harder to get the best and cleanest kind of transfer. And I keep a piece of these 2mm leads are a pain in the arse to sharpen, so I keep a little piece of sandpaper sponge here, and I can get a nice point on it that way. So you all tune in to watch me sharpen my pencil.
That is the white hot action that we're all here for. Yes.
Yeah.
So has anybody seen the new Spider-Man movie in the group?
I have not.
Yeah, I mean,
No.
We'll see it tonight.
yeah.
I want to see it very badly. I've heard very good things, and I know it's going to get spoiled before I get to it. But our province has gone bananas with COVID cases right now, and I don't know what I'm going to get up to the theater anytime soon. I kind of wish Disney had an at-home option. I think they will eventually for that movie, like maybe in a month or something. But right now, I don't. I think you can only see it in the theater.
Yeah, Justin went to see it, and I was trying to figure out if Crackle's going to get it before Disney Plus. And the joke didn't land because you guys don't have Crackle up there. It's Sony's janky ass streaming service.
We used to, and it disappeared. Like Comedians in Cars Getting Coffee, that's where it started on Crackle.
Yeah.
And then it went over to Netflix, and Crackle just kind of fizzled out up here.
Ryan
what
said,
happened.
Spidey is mind blowing. I would even accept you stopping the art and going right now. Well, funny you should say that. We're losing Hugh in about an hour to do just that. Yeah, I was talking to Justin about it, and I asked him, like, all right, you know, is it good, bad? I'm like, and I know your taste in movies is great. And he was like, man, I wasted money seeing it in the theater.
Oh,
I
Wow.
did not
oh,
expect.
really?
I
Wow.
did not expect that from Justin. He likes everything. He is the Mikey of film and TV.
I'm looking forward to seeing it. I think it's going to be cool. I feel like he's a really good Spider-Man, and I like what they've been doing with him. Yeah, I don't know. He's probably my favorite part of the MCU in a way. Like I don't really jive on the MCU stuff too much.
Mm-hmm.
I get more pissed off than anything else. But I still just try to enjoy them for what they are. I try to look at them through the eyes of 10-year-old Mike, who'd be losing his mind at a Thor movie instead of tisking and clucking his, making like disgusted noises in the theater instead.
I still have issue with that when people say, just let your 10-year-old self come out. I'm like, wait, we don't make these qualifications for other movies. Why,
no, that's true.
Why do we have to say?
I feel like for me, I guess I never imagined these things would ever become film.
Yeah.
I mean, Spidey always stood a chance for sure because it had already existed in other television and things like that. But that was probably the only one in my mind that was ever going to make it to film, only because of the importance of the character. The idea of an FF movie, and maybe the Hulk. The Hulk probably would be number 2 after Spidey for the same reasons.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I don't know. I guess I wasn't. I don't know. I'm not going to go on about it. But yeah, I didn't love the Thor movies. I wanted to love them because it's a book that I know Hugh's the same way. Hugh collected those books too. Like we were Thor guys as kids.
Sir. Yes, sir.
And it wasn't a comedy book, and it shouldn't have been a comedy movie. I don't know.
Well,
Yeah.
okay, so this is for the people in the chat because I don't want to spoil it for the guys, and nobody spoil it by putting it in the chats. But DM me if Nicholas Hammond showed up because I really hope that they pull that little trick. So he was the guy. He was the guy that played Spider-Man in the TV show.
Oh, that would be cool.
No.
You didn't get that show up here, I don't think. I don't remember ever seeing it.
No.
No. Do you guys? Casey, Hugh?
I've never seen that old.
Nope.
No.
I'm like, how did this exist and I didn't know about it? Because I was a Spidey mark when I was a kid. And then, it took to the internet for me to even learn the thing existed.
Wow.
And I was like, what the heck? There was a show,
Did you ever?
Well, there was the Japanese one, right?
Oh, yeah, where he has a giant tiger mech or something like that.
Like that was new for me learning about that one.
That wasn't live action, was it?
Yeah, it was.
It
Yeah,
was.
it's like,
Oh,
it
was
was, yeah.
Oh, okay.
He had like
He
a
looked
car or a
amazing,
motorcycle
too.
or
The
something.
Spidey aspect of it, he looked incredible in that, I
Okay.
thought.
It was like
Costume was great.
totally different story and everything, but it was
Oh, yeah.
Spider-Man.
Yeah. Yeah, because I know that.
He has a good giant Tiger Voltron guy that he can summon.
Of course, it's a Japanese show. It had to have that.
Tiger Voltron.
But yeah, it's like that, and then even for the end credits, have the Spider-Man from the Electric Company show up.
Oh, yeah.
I would be so happy. Just
Oh, man.
the rest of
That
the
was
movie.
one of the only doses of Spider-Man we could get as a kid. I watched that show exclusively hoping Spider-Man would show up for 30 seconds.
Yep.
You know what I mean? That was a big deal when he came on that show.
Oh yeah, get that little flash of the web, and then somebody's tangled up in rope.
So good. So good.
I loved it as a kid. It was awesome.
Yeah.
See, now that would press my nostalgia button. The rest of the movie could be dog shit, and I'd be like, okay, we're sitting 3 hours to get to this.
Even just them standing outside of a building that has an old paint job that you can still kind of see that says Electric Company as a sign on the wall would be enough for me.
Yeah.
That'd be amazing.
Oh man. All right, well that took a tangent.
I am looking forward to seeing it though. For sure. I think he's a great Spider-Man. He's definitely. I didn't see any of the Andrew Garfield ones, so what my feeling is from what I have seen is that his version of Peter Parker was too cool and not enough of a geek, but his Spider-Man wasn't as fast with the quips as I don't know. Maybe he was good with the quips, but terrible as Peter. Whereas I feel like Toby was just kind of like oatmeal through the whole 3 films.
Yeah. Well,
I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. Tom Holland's the best of the 3. Tobey Maguire, I didn't have a problem with. And honestly, Garfield himself, I didn't have an issue with. It was the writing for him, and it was just so bad. It was obviously like 40-year-old people going, "This is how teenagers talk, right?" Especially, especially when we're gonna have like mid-20-somethings playing them. So yeah, it was just like they were channeling every bad script Joss Whedon has ever put together for awkward male-female scenes.
Okay,
So,
I got you.
And it's just because it kind of sucks because like the villains in his movies were pretty cool. So.
Oh yeah, love Electro and.
No. I'm sorry, I was saying more Lizard, but Electro was awful.
Well, no,
Yeah.
I think they were both awful in how they were executed in those films, just from what I saw. Because I feel like if you don't have the lizard with the lab coat on, you're missing the whole point. And the fact that they had that poor son of a bitch who played Dr. Connor in the first 3 Tobey Maguire films walk around with one missing arm, only to lose his job right at the money spot. You know what I mean? I always felt so, and that guy was perfect, and he would have been a great villain because I've seen that guy in a lot of stuff, and he's like. He can be creepy and evil as fuck and stuff, you know what I mean? And I don't know. I feel like that was such a ripoff in a way, especially for the actor. I felt bad for the actor. Yeah. But then, yeah, I don't know. I remember the tragedy with the Andrew Garfield one, too, was I was working at a comic book shop at the time. And I remember, I remember no one had seen what the lizard was going to look like yet. And then there was like some kind of spoiler that got released via someone making a Pez dispenser of it. And it got released before the film came out. So it was some chunky little shitty toy anyway of what the lizard was going to look like. And it just completely kind of murdered the heat on that. And that's a shame because the lizard's a great character and done properly. I think he'd be a great villain for sure.
Yeah, the fact that they made his face a little too human instead of giving him the big extended mouth. I was like,
almost a Muppet. He has to almost look like a Muppet with that ridiculous, he's got to look like a lizard.
He's got to have a venom mouth. Yeah, he's got to have the.
Yeah.
Oh, Rob just popped in slow at the shop. He wants to see what his Nightcrawler's looking like.
Nice.
Yeah, so do you guys on your Canadian Netflix? Do you guys have Arcana? It's a Netflix.
I've been watching that.
I haven't seen it yet, but we do have it. Yeah.
I saw a clip of it and I was like, oh, because it looks a lot like Borderlands, the art style. So
okay.
That sucked me in, but solid show so far.
Yeah. Isn't it part of like a video game franchise or something? That one?
I guess it's the backstory, isn't it? Of the sort of. Was it League of?
League of Legends or something like that,
League of Legends.
Yeah, I remember. I wasn't.
It is connected, yeah, but I don't think the video game, as far as I know, wasn't like heavy on the story.
No, because the video game is a multiplayer shooter.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's pretty mindless as far as the game goes. But
it's kind of like fleshing out a background to those characters, I guess.
Yeah, and they're doing a good job with it. From what I'm 3 episodes in, and it's like there's actual story here.
Yeah, and the animation's really good.
Oh, the animation's beautiful.
Like I like the visual. Like it feels like those video game sequences almost, or kind of like how the animated Spider-Man movie was. Like I have that. I don't know, not quite like that, but
No, it's close. Yeah, this one has heavier. Like ink lines around the people's bodies. It's very much like the game Borderlands. If you look at the art from Borderlands and the cutscenes done in that, so I need to look if it was actually 4K doing that or not, because it looks like they just took it right from their production house. Yeah.
So that's who did the game? It was.
No, honestly, I don't know who did the game. I didn't know about.
Was it Riot or somebody?
Could be. I don't know. It's one of the things. realized it was part of a game after I started watching it.
Yeah, everybody just started talking about it. I've never played the game. I don't know much about it either, but
that was like me for Witcher. I haven't seen the show, but I remember like, maybe 7 years ago, I was just buying kind of everything that looked interesting off the shelf in those days at the comic shop, and there was a Witcher miniseries that Dark Horse had, and and I read it and I loved it. I thought it was really interesting. I wasn't crazy about all of the art, but the story was kind of neat, and it was a cool, like, kind of ghost story type thing. And then, like, I was talking about it, and someone's like, yeah, so I bet you can't wait for Witcher 3 to come out. And I'm like, what are you talking about? I just read issue 3. They're like, no, the game. And I'm like, what game? And they're like, oh, my God, Ruth, what's wrong with you? Like, and it's true. What is wrong with me? I don't know. But I have never heard of these games. Like, I've never heard of The Witcher anyway. And I had no idea. It was such a huge franchise.
Yeah, when The Witcher 3 came out, someone was getting, like, I forget who it was, but like, gotta get it. And it was like on sale. I got it. I think I played it for all of 30 minutes.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I mean, nothing bad about the game. Just like I was not in the mood for it at the time. It was like, all right, I wanted to just pop something in and get right into it, and it was way too much backstory, cutscenes just to do something.
Oh, I got you. Yeah.
Yeah, and they, it's like trying to play Grand Theft Auto the first time, and they're like, okay, go here before you can actually go into the open sandbox. And I was like, no, I don't want to do this. So I never went back to it. So yep.
That's fair.
Yeah, and I bought the bundle, so I had like all the Witcher games on there, and I never touched it again. Of course, I don't think I've fired up my Xbox in over a year and a half.
I've been debating getting the Skyrim, that anniversary edition, and came out a little while ago.
Mm-hmm.
People keep talking about that one, how good that is. I just the ones that I like are those open world, just the one single player, like Red Dead and Arkham games, those things. So like, I wish I could play that Spider-Man game, but I only have the Xbox.
I credit the fact that I never played Skyrim with the fact that I have any kind of semblance of a comic book career right now, because I had to actually actively forbid that game from coming into my house, because it was basically it's like an open world Viking game, and I would have just spent all my time there. Like I really feel like the reason I have a career today is because I didn't get that game. I just everything I saw of it looked incredible.
Well, that's it.
I would never stop playing this game. Like I mean, there's people who you can go and watch hundreds and hundreds of hours of people playing the game. Like I watched one, it was like 20 minutes of a guy going through the game barefisted. Like he just did the whole game naked with bare fists, and just like beat the shit out of every person he encountered. And then like I think a year later I watched him, and he had like upgraded to just having these gauntlets of punching on, basically, but he was nude. Running around punching shit with his gauntlets, punching dragons, punching minotaurs, punching whatever, and he had a crazy thick German accent, and he was narrating the whole thing. It was hysterical, but the game was fucking awesome looking, and I'm like, I would never leave. I'd make a character, and I would never leave. That'd be it.
That's my problem too. It's like, just not enough time in the week anymore to do a game.
Yeah,
because I would love to get back into it, but.
Yeah. I try and time it, like I'll maybe play one game a year and just like play it start to finish when I have this like kind of squeeze some time in, because I know it's going to eat up a couple of weeks or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jeremy even said he spent 2 months of his life eat, sleep, work, scrim, and didn't finish everything in the game because it's partially broken on release. Well, that would suck.
Wow. Yeah,
I don't get it. I don't know. It's scary. It is scary trying to get a game and think about, well, I guess I'm never working again.
Yep.
The only game I play these days, like Erica plays Tetris. That's her thing. I play Fire Pro Wrestling Returns. It's a really old game. I think it's from the early 2000s, and I have a version of it on my PlayStation 3, and it's based off of the original Fire Pro Wrestling, which was a Japanese wrestling game for Super Nintendo. And it was very difficult to play because, unlike other wrestling games, it wasn't like a mash key game. It was more like a chess game, but with wrestlers. And the character creation, aspect of it and everything was just so creative and huge. And so I give myself about 45 minutes a week, and they have all these old wrestlers from when I was a kid, like from the territories. So I'll just put on a match that's like, I'll just wrestle a match like with my character versus like Dr. Death Steve Williams in a best of 3 falls match or something like that. And just 45 minutes later, I feel I got my ultra violence fixed and I'm good.
Yeah. Yeah, so something like that I can do, like when it's a sports game. Like I used to do that with hockey or football. I play one game and be done.
Yeah.
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 But the games like, Borderlands or something like Witcher or Grand Theft, or, the idea is just to be a time suck. And all the side missions to keep it from that main mission. And next thing you know, the sun's coming up, and you're like, ah.
Stuck to my chair.
Yeah. I have to go to work now.
I just noticed something when I was erasing on this, that you can actually lift off the blue with the eraser, and that could be a good thing. I'm actually going to use that to my advantage and remove all of the blue in the areas where he's throwing his playing cards, because playing cards are white. And I think that's how we'll work around this thing. I don't know if you guys discovered that yet about the eraser on this.
I wondered if you could, like, if you had a good enough eraser, I guess, use those, like, black erasers, don't you? The ones
I use the black Prismacolor ones, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just ink on there, so I guess you could rub it off. Makes sense.
Rub a hole through it.
Well, it'd be easy to go too far. No, it's a really dense cover stock. That's what I like about it. Like, but I just did a little tiny correction, and I was like, oh, all the blue came off. But like in areas of flesh tone that would have been really tricky to do over top of blue, I can now remove a lot of the highlights and then be able to get maybe a more naturalistic flesh tone kind of thing happening. So, you just work with what you got, you adapt as you go. I didn't. Ryan gave me a choice between Rogue and Gambit, and the reason I went with Gambit was mainly for the color scheme, because Rogue's always got yellow and green kind of, and I feel like yellow would be a pretty tough color to achieve on this, without going pure paint, without just getting the acrylic out and doing it that way, which is totally fine too.
And Gambit has his like black and blue Lululemon pants.
Yeah, it's like black and blue highlights. It's metal. It's there's a bit of that kind of magenta colored stuff, but that's where I could add some paint, or I could even just do the magenta stuff in white and then glaze a little bit of color over top of it to give it a magenta kind of flavor. But we'll make do. It'll be cool.
And that color is extremely gassy, but it looks great.
Hey,
Boom, 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 boom.
you can't have Nightcrawler without his bamf, man.
That's right.
Poop.
Absolutely.
Nightcrawler, the official spokesman of Chipotle. Yeah, Murray's screaming witchcraft with you doing the eraser on the book.
Witchcraft. Wizardry. But you know what? If I was doing something like a Mr. Freeze on this cover, like, you get a character that's like, or even Beast. Like I could do a kind of a badass Beast, or even the old school Batman, or anything black really. Like Venom would be badass on one of these too, because of the blue undercoat already there.
Or
I love
a Nightcrawler, maybe.
Or a Nightcrawler, perhaps.
Yeah.
Mystique.
Oh, Mystique would be another good one. Yeah.
Apocalypse would be fun.
Mm-hmm. Darkseid.
Yeah, Darkseid. Not Batman or Nightwing.
Never realized how many blue characters there were in comics now.
There's lots.
Yeah.
I'll say one thing though: the blue takes the ink better than the orange.
Yeah,
Yes.
Does it?
Yep.
Good to know.
Seems less repellent, eh? Yeah, I found that too.
I'm gonna blame Rob for the orange one. I'm pretty sure he was the one who told me to do orange.
They are cool.
There's enough orange characters around too, and make it work.
Oh yeah.
Had fun doing the Hobgoblin on the orange.
Mm-hmm.
That would come out nice. Yeah. I think for the next one we'll do green and pink.
Mm-hmm.
Not sure why I said pink, but green for sure.
Like a rose.
I don't know. I would have to see what the printer could actually hit with.
Neon.
That's right. Pinhead, is Pinhead blue?
Yeah, sort of.
Yeah, you could do a killer Pinhead because you're going to use white anyway to highlight stuff. So
Tim
Any of those
said Pinhead,
Cenobites.
that's what I was asking. Well, Tim, now you know what next cover to get.
Yeah. Get yourself a tag Cenobite.
Bless you.
Tim's the only guy that I broke my. I think he's the only guy that I broke my TMNT purity vow on when it came to doing remarks on my last Ronin covers. He wanted a Pinhead Ninja Turtle, which was really fun to draw. But yeah, I had only done TMNT stuff up to that point, so it was kind of fun.
Oh, Linda's suggesting purple for the cover.
Yeah, like a
Color
purple
cover.
and green
Yeah.
would be cool. Yeah, you
Yeah,
do
we'll
Hulk
purple.
stuff.
Yeah, we'll do purple. We'll do green. That might
Not
work.
too dark though. Not too dark.
No.
And then you don't want it like a bright green. Like you don't want emerald green.
Mm-mm.
Like a nice olive green, maybe.
A
Or
sophisticated green. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
A hunter green, if you will.
Yes.
Tim said it was
Dirty
amazing, Mike.
pastels.
Thank you for the Pinhead turtle.
Oh yeah, no, that was a pleasure, man.
I don't think I saw that.
I didn't see that one either.
I don't think I didn't post any of my remarks, to be honest. I usually wait until people get them back from CGC or whatever, and then or until Justin ships them out, and then it's kind of neat that way to post those ones instead.
For the CBCS. Yeah.
Yeah. Speaking of Justin, we should probably make fun of him a little more since he's not here.
And one of those quality photos you were talking about?
Yeah, with that, I'm going to go let Justin look upon you all with judgment while I go refill my drink.
I gotta get a drink later.
You been working
Almost
today,
Christmas.
Casey?
Sorry?
Working today or Christmas stuff today?
I went to the shop. Doing some Christmas stuff there. We're gonna kind of meet up again.
Did you set up at the shop, like to do some sketching?
No.
Oh.
No, I just went in to say hi, and I had some new prints to drop off, and brought the guys some cards and
No, right on.
brandy beans and stuff. Yeah. No, I've been kind of useless the last few days. I haven't really done much of anything. I just kind of like burnt out after last week a bit.
Yeah. I've been having a hard time getting back on the horse too.
I mean, I've just done like really few terrible, really quick sketches. That's about all. Like, this is probably more than I've done in the past like 4 days. What I've just done here.
Yeah.
It's terrible.
Just some weeks are like that, man. Sometimes it's just like that.
Yeah, I mean, it's Christmas time.
Yep.
I got a lot done last week, so I'm just kind of giving myself a little bit of a break. I don't know.
It's
I
good.
still have a lot to do, though. There's people here, even there was something I wanted to send to Alicia and Linda and Carl. Like, you know, there's so much stuff that I'm behind on.
Yeah.
I
Just
don't know.
writing cards and packing letters, it takes a long time. It's
Yeah.
we've had a lot of rush orders. What I am amazed at, though, and I'm amazed at how many people are requesting like portraits of their parents and stuff like that, like a week before Christmas. Like I'm kind of blown away. Like, you know, can you draw my whole family as the Avengers? Like, it's the Friday before Christmas, man. Like what? Like, are you kidding me? Like, like I can't.
No.
If you ask me in August, I might be able to get you lined up for a Christmas time commission, but
Even then.
a week before Christmas is kind of like wild. Yeah, even then sometimes. Like I have been turning down Christmas commissions because, well, sometimes they're just too personal, and other times it's just like I'm not gonna find any spirit within me to do that for you, as passionate as you might be about it. I just can't. I have to be real, and if I can't, I have to dig down deep just to get through most days. You know what I mean? I have to have some sort of, I don't know, There's got to be some kind of apple at the end of the trail, you know, kind of thing for me.
I was thinking today how dangerous it is when you stop working and you actually have time to kind of reflect on your life and what you're doing and stuff. Like, it's kind of dangerous too.
Oh yeah.
Does anybody care about this stuff anymore? Like, what am I doing? What do I have to offer? What am I saying? I'm not working the way I should be. You know, all that stuff. You know, I don't know. It can be bad. You just got to get on with it, like get back to it. And...
Absolutely.
Who is that?
Someone's yelling at Hugh, I think.
Oh.
Yeah.
She's starting to clock the countdown.
Nope, it's the kids.
Oh.
You safe?
Go to bed.
You know, the threaten to not go to Spider-Man if they don't behave. You know?
Oh no! You threatened that they get to stay
That's heavy
home.
leverage, man. That's real.
The threat should be take him to Eternals instead.
While you go see Spider-Man.
Yeah. Sucker.
Yeah, Linda said she had to make a sign at her shop saying, "No, you can't have it before Christmas."
Yeah. Well, even framers too. Like, if you ever looked into getting something framed, you know, unless it's a really, you know, unless that's all they do or it's a big commercial outfit or something like that, like trying to get anything framed right now is impossible. Like, I looked in, I haven't had a chance to frame my Swamp Thing piece yet. I really wanted to get it up on a frame, but like every place I've gone has been like, that'll be 12 weeks and it's going to be $9 million. And I'm just like, wow.
Yeah.
That's probably a shortage too, right? The framing material.
I think that's part of it. Yeah.
Yeah, the matte paper inside the frame.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
My printers just ordered paper and I had to get like a different brand and it was like a different quantity. It was all right. Like I got something at least, but yeah. Weird times.
I want 11 by 17. I want Arches to answer my plea. I want them to make an 11 by 17 hot press block of 140-pound paper, and I'll never work on anything else. But they don't.
Yeah, even 12 by 18 would be fine.
12 by 18 would be beautiful. Yeah, that'd actually be better. But
so I've got the 14 by 20. It's like 9 by 12 and then 14 by. But they got all kinds of weird sizes.
I found a pad in my massive arsenal of paper here. I have a 14 by 10 hot press. Winsor Newton. It's beautiful paper, but it's 14 by 10. It's just not like it's not super useful for comics unless you really want to work closer to print size, which I've had to do before, and I don't like doing that. I love having, you know, the extra room to, you know, I work as big as possible so it reduces down much nicer. But even my Dodge #2 cover, like I had to do the front and back of that, and that's a cover that Eric Paris has actually. But I wanted to do it all as one piece. And I didn't have any paper that was the right size, so I basically just turned it sideways on 11 by 17, which meant that I was really only working about, I think it worked out to about 20% larger than the print size, which is not enough of a difference for me. But I'm just getting all
not ideal.
Yeah. Anyway, it was a super high-res scan. It printed okay, but I was still like, no, I want to work larger. It's also not comfortable to draw that small. Like, sometimes it can be a real pain in the ass to try to draw those little figures in a panel and at that working at size, you know, like it's.
Are you putting that through the printer, the Arches?
No, I can't put anything through my piece of crap printer. I got to get a real printer in 2020. Yeah. I'll be back in a sec. I got all my art supplies up in Erica's studio.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm kind of getting hooked on I started buying Arches blocks too. So the blocks are, I don't know if people know the difference.
Could you explain? Because I don't even know that.
Yeah, I could even show you here if it'll sort of pick up. So it just looks like a pad of paper, right? So this is the nice one. The Arches, the pink is the hot press. So it's hot's a bit smoother than the cold. Like you get different textures.
Okay.
Arches just makes a beautiful hand pressed paper. So the blocks, you can see it's just got kind of this black edge. This paper, all the papers are actually glued together.
Oh wow.
So when you're done, you can see where it's white here. This is where it's separated. So you kind of get like a knife in there, and then you go around the edge and peel that paper off when you're done. Huh. So what it's doing is when your paper's really wet, it kind of holds it in place and stop it from like buckling and warping on you, and then it'll dry. It'll stay flat for you. Like you just let it dry on the block and it stays flat, and then you can cut it off when it's done. Because otherwise, you get the single sheets of watercolor paper. What you do is size it. Yeah. That's what they say. So like you like masking tape it down, you wet it, and then let it dry, and then you can kind of work on it. And it kind of like prevents all that warping and buckling, and then when it's dry again, then you can like peel it up.
Very cool.
Water is not the friend of paper. I mean, paper's made with water, so you add water and it swells is what's happening. So it'll warp, right?
I've been pretty lucky. The stuff that I've been using for my covers has been that Hanson multimedia stuff. And it's pretty good. It's sometimes the texture comes through in the scan depending on the piece. If there's lots of white space, it can be a bit of a pain in the ass to clean it up. But for the most part, it's pretty good. And if I tape it down properly and do my washes and stuff, it actually resists and flattens really well. But you absolutely cannot take the tape off until it's absolutely bone dry, or you're gonna regret it. It'll just curl up on you like bacon.
Yeah. So we're going to start drawing on bacon. Big ham hock.
So Hugh, we haven't had a chance to talk since C2E2. How was it for you? I know, fortunately, we didn't get to connect up. It was so busy.
C2E2 was good. You know, it was a reduced show, obviously. But even at a reduced show, it was very good. I was very happy.
Awesome.
You know, I wasn't there in like my full capacity. Just kind of came down with a few things, and it was all right. I liked it.
You had a great spot, though. Are you gonna be able to?
Yeah, my spot was beautiful. You know, I was very happy.
The spot you used to get? You used to always get the same spot there, didn't you?
That was way back, right? And then I stopped doing U.S. shows, so I lost that for a while. And then, but you know, coming back, it was good. Like, you know, awesome. A lot of people were interested to see my work, and you know, people were like, you know, something different.
Yeah.
And same but different. But it was good.
Good.
I really can't complain. It was a good weekend. You know, Stefan, when I finally got out of the center, it was like midnight.
Midnight?
Yeah, when I finally finished with Golden Age, helping them break down.
Yeah, because we.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I mean it was. I don't want to say like it's not the convention's fault that it was such a clusterfuck, but it was a clusterfuck. It's just because everybody was ready to get out, and we got kind of hosed because somebody at the booth didn't tell me about the move out package that they left on our table that morning on Sunday morning.
Oh.
So I got the van, drove all the way around to, you have to go like a mile and a half away to get to the entrance of the loading dock to come into the convention center. Got there, and then it's like, where's your pass and all this? I'm like, assuming I go into the office like I did when I came here. They're like, no, it was left on your table this morning. And I was like, oh, fuck, fantastic. So I called everybody, I'm like, this thing that they left, why? Oh, yeah, we got it right here. So I had to go all the way back to go get that and then get back in line. And then the street that you turn on to get to the back of loading bays is like a mile and a quarter from the actual convention center docking area.
Yep.
The line of trucks is all the way full. Like I couldn't even get on the street yet. So yeah, we didn't get out of there until I don't know what time it was, like 11 o'clock when I texted you, or 10:30, something like that.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Jeez.
And the show closed at 5.
Oh my God.
Oh, yeah.
Sounds like a nightmare. Holy
When
crap.
everything was said and done, when I finally got back and everything to the hotel, it was like 1 o'clock, 1 a.m.
Man.
It was just like, So I understood what the way things were going. I knew, I was like, yeah, this is gonna be.
So, yeah, and we so by the time I got back and got cleaned up, because I was just a wreck after that.
Yeah.
And I was just like, I can't go anywhere. I'm done.
Must have been a lot of work to tear that down, because Aftershock had such a beautiful, huge booth too. Like, it was, all the photos I saw, it looked fantastic.
Yeah, and we brought probably twice as much supply as we normally would, because a store was supposed to buy a big chunk of inventory off us. And my concern was that wasn't going to happen, because, like, do we have the guarantee? And like, oh yeah, no, they said they would. Well, their truck broke down.
Oh.
And it was one of those unforeseeable things. Like, damn it. So they couldn't buy the stock, so we had to bring it all back. So I think we had like 60 boxes at the end of the show. So it's just,
Man.
So, but I mean, it was a great show. I mean, like, I couldn't believe the amount of money people were turning over. It was nice. And the fact that we were like the only publisher there.
Oh yeah, that's the best.
Yeah.
Really?
With exclusives. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we're hitting a day and an age here where we're going to have conventions kind of go back to what they were like 20 years ago in a cool way.
Mm-hmm.
Because a lot of the publishers have decided to opt out of conventions now. Like, Disney's been looking for an excuse to stop doing them because they're doing their own convention.
Right.
And DC's been fading from conventions for the last 10 years anyway. They don't set up, and they just send, like, small team of editors and stuff like that. Image has kind of pulled away. Dark Horse is only doing regional West Coast stuff. Same with IDW. And Boom, like, I would like to see Boom at the shows because they're not direct competition for Aftershock because the content is so different.
Yeah.
But it would be nice to have another publisher there, so I'm hoping they come back. But Scout doesn't really have a convention presence.
That's what I'm wondering too. There's all these kind of new guys like Vault and everybody too, right?
Yeah.
New-ish.
Source Point, they had a good booth.
Yeah, they usually are at everyone. Yeah, they got a pretty good crew.
Yeah, they split their space with like a gaming company.
I remember when we were there 2019, they were like right when you walked in. They were pretty much right near the entrance.
Yeah, they were in their normal spot. But with them, like, they don't have trades yet. Like, their biggest thing is they had Chris's book out, Blind Fury. So they did a really good setup for Chris's stuff. But that was like almost all they had. It was like, I don't know if they decided last minute to show up because they had that book come out or what, but hey, Troy just jumped in. What's happening, Troy? But it was nice to see them there too. I mean, but they're still a little new, so they'll eventually get bigger and have more stuff to show off. And
Right.
But I think we're gonna hit that way conventions were, in the '90s, like in the early 2000s, were a lot of smaller, but the smaller large publishers, but not the.
Yep.
Which would be great because that'll bring the independent market back up again.
Yeah.
So.
Well, I'm glad you guys had a good weekend at it, and take some credit because you're a great salesman at those things. I know. So, that I know Ruth Ann, is as well. So that's, I'm sure that's a big part of the success as well. You guys are good at it. Like, I just remember Brandon. You were you were on fire, and Brandon, it was crazy.
Yeah. Well, I mean, credit to Joe on that. He's picked a good team. Between Mark Hammond, his daughter Sarah, his other employee Gigi, Ruth Ann, and Kelly. Yeah, they all just like throw in and go at it. But and part of it was the We Live books. I mean, talk about something that doesn't need a salesperson. You just need a sign pointing to where those books were. Yeah. It's the first time at a convention I've ever seen people, like, when the doors first open type thing, do the Black Friday run to the Aftershock booth.
There is something really special about that book, man. Yeah. I mean, even the happy hour cover that I did, what it sold out in like 3 minutes on that live show.
Something ridiculous on that. Oh,
Something
yeah.
or 15 minutes or something. As soon as they launched it, it was already gone. And Ruth Ann was just finished the pitch of
Yep.
what it was. And then she's like, "Oh, hold on. Oh, I'm getting word. Yeah, sorry guys, it's sold out." And we were like, "What?"
Yeah, we had the same thing this week because we purposely held back like 50 copies of each of the We Live covers for the happy hour this week.
Oh, nice.
But what people were really running for, we had metal covers of We Live #1.
Yeah.
And we only had 50, and we had to like say, okay, we're only can sell 20 Saturday, 20 on Friday, 20 on Saturday, and 10 on Sunday. And they were gone like so quick. People were just
wow.
yeah, $100 a pop on those. I'm like, Jesus. But of course, then you go right to eBay and you see people have it up there for 300.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Immediately, yeah.
But that's what we did with the We Live C2E2 books. We saved some for happy hour, and they sold out. Yeah,
Nice.
That book is just like printing.
Oh yeah.
It's weird.
Speaking of metal covers, were you filming the happy hour this week?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. Joe made that prediction into the future in March where there might be something like a metal We Live happy hour exclusive or something like that, but he didn't. Yeah,
Yeah, we'll be talking about that this week.
Yeah.
Yeah. Your cover will get meddled.
Oh man.
A new cover, not the old one.
A new cover. Yeah.
Yeah, because I was talking to the guy who does the metal, and I was like, oh, I've got a few of the Cosmic Kitty covers. So the guy's like, oh, yeah, send them to me. I'll metal them. I'm like, oh, yeah. So
Nice.
I'm going to get a couple of the tags books metaled. I was like, yeah, what the hell? It'll be fun.
They are cool. The NFTZ cover that I did got it's neat. They're weird and hard to draw on, but they're neat. Yeah.
Yeah, I can't imagine you could draw on one, but signing
yeah.
On the metal?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
It's
Paint
no-
markers.
It's
Paint
no fun.
markers is
Oh,
the
okay.
way.
But yeah, you can do it. Yep.
Yeah, I did a whole bunch of remarks on the metal prints
Mhm.
Very cool.
in New York. That was the only thing that I could use was pretty much like even Sharpies would just disappear or like
Yeah,
fade
they
right
beat
off.
off. Yeah.
You got to use paint markers.
Yeah.
Yeah, the best metal cover, just because of the color and the contrast and everything, in my opinion, was the Chicken Devil cover, because that yellow and the red looks so good in metal. It's just insane.
Oh yeah.
You got to have red. You got to have red on there. I mean, those hot colors look awesome on.
Yeah. Does it look good? Oh, Hugh, man, you're just tearing it up.
Thanks, man.
So did you put white on there, or did you rub the blue off to get the white on the glove highlight?
No, that's I'm just using the white gel
Nice.
and
Nice.
just not. I'm not doing like a hard like everything white. I'm just
Yeah, just
delineate.
highlighting it.
You
yeah.
know, so letting some of the blues still pop through,
Mm-hmm.
kind of give it like some tone,
Yeah. Looks
some
great.
depth.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Jeremy was saying from the pictures of Bunny Mask metal looking. Yeah, it did. I mean, all of them looked really good, like because the metal just looks good with it. But for some reason, the like Casey was saying, the hot colors that the yellow and the orange and the red on the Chicken Devil, just like you could see that one from across the room.
Oh yeah.
Chicken Devil.
Chicken Devil.
Is that going to be a show or something? Or
Yeah, there's a hint around that. I heard something. Maybe, I don't know.
it seems like a very marketable something.
Yeah.
Have you read it? It's really cool. It's a cool
An adult
story.
TV show.
Yeah,
It's
I
very,
mean, if you're jonesing for Breaking Bad, it'll
Yeah.
fill that niche.
And it's raw, man. Like the stuff that happens to that guy is unconscionable. Like I want to slap the writer. It's so mean and terrible. Like I'm just like, you got it. That's this character's not even real, and I'm like, I just feel so bad for him.
Yeah, I have one issue with it. Like I like the book and the story and everything, but there's like one thing I'm having a hard time believing.
Mm.
If I had a family that acted like that, I'm not so sure I'd fight that hard for them. Because they are the fucking worst.
They're terrible. Yeah.
They are terrible. I'm waiting to find out why he's fighting so hard for that family. Because quite honestly, I take the opportunity to dip out, like gone.
Walk back down the dock as the boat's burning, and sinking, slap the dust off your hands. Like, and on to a new chapter.
Got some more money.
But isn't that like the dad in Shameless? Like, only have to kind of like
I've never
take care of
seen
him, but he's family,
Yeah.
I've never seen it, but yeah, I hear he is the worst. Yes.
I should tell you, I watched all of Letterkenny that is available here.
Nice.
I really enjoyed that because I hadn't seen that before.
How did you watch it, Casey?
On
Crave?
I think Crave.
Yeah, because it was a Crave original before Hulu got it.
Oh, okay. I don't have that channel.
Nathan's saying if you guys watched my interview with Brian B, you would know if there is movie rumors.
Sweet. Yeah, it'd probably make a better movie than a show. Although, to be honest, I haven't read anything beyond the first issue, so I don't know where it goes from there. But I'm sure it's awesome.
Well, yeah, I mean, my quickest pitch on the whole story is if Forrest Gump was in Breaking Bad, because the guy's not smart as Bryan Cranston's character was.
Right.
But he kind of bumbles and stumbles his way through it, until he kind of gets his bearing. So yeah, it wouldn't make a good show. It wouldn't, because it wouldn't have the legs for it. Because
right,
there would be way, you would have to rely on like James Bond level of convenience to have that shit go through.
MacGuffin after MacGuffin forever, the entire
show. So yeah, it's small doses, it's fun, but yeah, long doses, it would just become completely obnoxious.
Okay.
That's just my opinion. I mean, and you know how much I value my opinion, but all right, Justin's gonna judge you guys some more while I go get my drink again. Be right back.
I wish I was watching this. I've only got Skype up.
Yeah, me too. I don't know what face we're seeing.
I'll send you a picture in WhatsApp in a second.
Why are you looking at me like that? This is fun. This is nice having people to draw with, even though
for sure, dude. Sure, I missed you guys.
Because otherwise, I'm just sitting here like staring blankly at a wall with the TV going.
Yeah, I hear you.
Endlessly on my phone.
I've been inking Pages of Dodge all week, and it's been good in some ways, but it's been tough because there are pages in some cases that I penciled quite a while ago, and sometimes you go back to a page that you've left indicators on if you were just going to go ahead and ink it, straight to finish. And then for whatever reason, other deadlines, other things get in the way. And then suddenly it's like 2 months since you penciled a page, you now have to ink it. And all those indicators you've forgotten and all those little notes you left yourself don't make any sense. And then you just start inking, and then you go halfway through after completely obliterating an area that you wanted to leave white texture. You're just like, oh yeah, shit. Like the other day I was yelling at myself because there's a couple of panels where there's characters where the background is pure solid black fill, and I was like, cool, this will be fun. So I had the pencils on blue line and I printed them out, and I of course the panels I just left them white for the sake of inking them, and I started filling in the areas, these solid fill black areas behind the figures, and I realized, well, why am I doing this? I could just ink the figures, and then I could just easily drop a black square behind them and then it wouldn't be all this time. And then you cut the whole figure out of a black area, and now you have to go in and do details, but all of a sudden things that you had going into the negative space, like eyelashes or a little baby finger or a detail off of a weapon, and now you've got this tiny little amount that you're working with, and it's like it's like inking. It was like I just kind of feel like all week it's been like I should have done a show about how to not ink a comic book page, how to do it improperly and dig yourself out continuously all week long,
as long as that's not like you learn from it and you don't repeat that stuff, right?
Yeah,
that's you hope yeah.
Learning to do something wrong is still learning.
That's true.
Like if you ink every page the same way, not again, like while you're doing
I
it.
just did that stupid thing again. God damn it.
What is wrong with me right now?
I don't know why I keep making the same mistakes.
So Hugh, are you?
I mean, it happens.
Are you going to live tweet from Spider-Man tonight so we can follow you? And
Pardon me, sorry.
I said, are you going to live tweet from Spider-Man tonight so we can follow you and get the whole story?
I should, eh? Just
yeah. I'll follow that. Save me $20.
Well, so far as getting all this praise for being amazing, so I'm a little worried.
And it's really only just spectacular. Zing. All right.
Well, when people give it too much hype, then I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Yeah, I mean, I'm seeing a lot of people, giving it the high praise, but these are the same people that gave, Wonder Woman 84 and Batman vs Superman high praise,
Mm-hmm.
And it came out of Eternal saying how wonderful it was. So, they have lost a lot of clout in my book.
I haven't seen Eternals, I guess because I can't understand why they made it, and maybe that's where it lives and dies with me. I just don't. I mean, it's not whatever. No judgment, but I just don't see the attraction unless they're gonna have Carcass, that red dude, that red monster guy in it. Unless they're gonna have him in it looking like Jack Kirby drew him, I don't really care.
Well, that's it, right?
Yeah, I mean, and again, it's starting with the team instead of giving the individuals a chance to have their stories. I mean, it's a bunch of characters that no one knows or cares about.
Well, I think that's the problem. Yeah, like the characters don't have enough on their own that anyone would care to see a solo. But you could introduce them in different ways. Like, I think if they can make use of their television, like what they're doing with like Hawkeye, and I haven't seen any of Hawkeye. I've heard Hawkeye is very good, but I'm not a big enough fan of the character or the actor to really care. But I'm hearing good things, and I will watch it now.
But it doesn't totally focus on him.
They're passing the torch for sure.
Yeah,
like I'm enjoying it more than Shang-Chi, like the last couple of Marvel movies I saw.
I didn't see Shang-Chi.
Black Widow. I like Hawkeye.
I'm actually surprised that I haven't seen these things. Like I really am. I always kind of wanted to stay up to date with that stuff, but like I find if I miss them now, I'm like,
Yeah. Well, I mean, Black Widow was a movie that should have come out 5 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, she just got hosed over.
Would have been
Captain
so
Marvel.
different.
Yeah.
I watched most of that on the flight home from Winnipeg, but I didn't get the last 10 minutes of it. And for what it was, I didn't hate it. I thought Harbor was pretty good as the Red Guardian, although I kind of hate double agent characters that can slide so easily between what's supposed to be, like if the guy can speak in American English, then why would he switch to Russian accented English when he could just speak Russian and they could subtitle it? Or like I find that kind of stuff really annoying in a movie, I guess.
Yeah.
But I thought he was great. I thought he was really cool, and I would like to see what they would do. If they had a little more time to expand that before the guy gets too old. But I do like that whole thing. I thought that was pretty cool, and I didn't hate Elizabeth Pugh in that film as the sister. I thought she was pretty awesome. But the one-liners were really like it was. I felt like I was watching Scooby-Doo after a while, kind of.
like a bad Josh Whedon script. All right. Or,
sort of. Yeah.
Or a Josh Whedon script, as I like to say. I'll pivot real quick. Again, this might not be something you guys have up there because I know like the Hulu thing is weird. You guys have all their stuff divided up. But have you heard of Boss Level?
No, I don't think so.
I forget the actor's name. Frank. I think he's the guy who played Crossbones.
Okay.
Yeah. What's his name? And he had that mixed martial arts show.
Did he? Oh, I didn't know about that.
Yeah. But I know who you're talking about. Yeah, he played Crossbones.
Yeah. So I believe it's.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not a mind-bending story in any way, shape, or form. It's been something done before, but he is just chewing up the scenes in such a good way. Like picture Nicolas Cage with more muscles and not completely batshit insane. That's how
Okay.
much. That's how much fun he's having in every fucking scene in this movie. And it is just like pure gold. I watched the first part of it on my flight to Atlanta, and I could not wait to get back on my flight home to finish the movie. I was just chomping at it. I was like, come on, so fucking
wow.
fun. Yeah, like, you know, I mean, and Mel Gibson, while he's kind of just playing generic bad guy, he gives enough in there to go, all right, you know, just don't make it, you know, don't let him drink, and you know,
He's all right.
he's really a good actor. Yeah, Elliot Murray said, Murray, where did you watch Boss Level? Which platform did you guys have it on? So Murray's seen Boss Level. But you know, the only problem I had, oh shit, now I just blanked on her name, the actress in it. It was almost
Elizabeth-
like, sorry, what?
Oh, were you the Black Widow's sister? That one, or-
No, in Boss Level.
Oh,
Okay, let's get ready.
Oh man, I'm blanking on her name. I felt like they wasted her because she's a really good actress, and they just had her in this bit.
Okay, go upstairs.
Oh man, it's gonna kill me until I can come up with her name. See if somebody had it. Naomi Watts.
Oh, Naomi Watts I really like, yeah.
Yeah, and she was great. I mean, she's great, but she was just this. I mean, like, they obviously had her on set for a week to shoot her parts, so they didn't give her a lot because she's playing the ex-wife scientist who puts him in the time loop. And it's like, you got someone like Naomi Watts, write something for Naomi Watts, you know. I mean, you know, if you've got, but there's all these assassins in there, and Selena Lowe plays this almost. I mean, she's an obnoxious martial arts assassin, and every time she makes her kill, she poses for nobody. I mean, she's posing for the audience, us. But you know, just in her mind, she thinks people are watching her, so she's like, "I am Guan Yin, and I did this." So every time she kills Frank, she does that to the point. I was just like, so much fun. Yeah, it was a great.
Hey, guys.
Yeah.
I apologize. I got to bounce.
Nope, don't apologize, man. We knew in advance. The cover looks awesome.
looks killer, man.
But there you go. Nightcrawler, baby.
Yes.
Rob
Jeez,
dinner.
just blasted that out.
Beautiful.
Have fun tonight, Hugh.
Yeah,
Yeah,
enjoy the
man.
movie, buddy.
Watching Eternals.
I'll definitely let you guys know what's up. Sorry I couldn't stay longer, man. I apologize.
No, don't
Have a good
apologize.
Christmas.
Brenda got this as a kind of surprise for everybody. So
Spider-Man with your boys is way more important than
Yeah.
anything.
And we know how your
God.
family does with surprises now. You guys are full of them. Showing up at
You know-
conventions, getting tickets. So,
it was. You know what? When I appeared at Chicago, I said this could go two ways. I said, Stephen could be like this. You know, rat
it
suit,
was the best surprise of the show,
insecure.
buddy.
He could have been, or you know, but it was good. It was nice.
Yeah.
It was nice. It was
All right,
happy
man,
to
you
see
have a great night. Enjoy your movie.
Yeah. All right.
Happy
Take
holidays.
care,
to you.
guys.
Yeah.
All right. You guys take care then. All right.
You too, buddy.
Thanks
Fun.
again.
Ciao.
All right. Yeah, he's way too fast. I don't know how he does it.
Just bang, cover.
Yeah.
So much
But
practice.
you could tell though tonight he was concentrating to get the cover down because he did not
Oh, yeah.
talk much. Yeah. He was just cranking it out. So.
I'm trying not to rush. Like I just
No.
kind of end up
I
hating
mean,
my stuff.
Imran's not here to watch it anyway, so I mean, you know, he's just gonna be delighted to see it. 'Cause, I mean, you're killing it with that. Yeah, he's.
But I feel like, you know, people watching too, it's like you want it to be a little bit, you know, you want to kind of get somewhere with it and be sort of entertaining, show them how
Oh,
to do this stuff, you know.
you obviously haven't watched this show. This show is not entertaining. this show is just for our own ego and be here.
It's just a chore for our fans to watch it. It's just a Saturday they feel obligated to be a part of. And,
I watched the viewership, and it's like it's the reverse of a leaky pipe being fixed. You know, it starts out and just slowly, gradually goes down to the hardcore fans that are here to the end, and we love them.
Duct taping the pipe
forever.
Not actually.
But no, I mean, even if you're saying you're going slow, but you can totally see the character there now. I mean, it looks awesome. As someone who knows the character, I can say it looks awesome.
Yeah, I mean, I know really nothing about this guy, just kind of imagining, but
yeah, no, it looks great.
I'm taking some liberties with his blades, but
yeah, it's fine.
You know, yeah, maybe I should get rid of this. Well, sometimes online it's like there's this pressure, like, oh, I gotta finish, you know. There's that kind of feeling sometimes, and sometimes like I end up hating what I did when I do finish.
Oh, well, that's the thrill of live performance.
Yeah.
You just got to go with what you do. I mean, I say that as someone who absolutely hates it too, because I'm the kind of guy who pushes pixels around when I'm doing motion graphics, and I have to tell myself, no one's going to know that didn't work because it goes by too fast.
Yep.
But I know that something's skipped.
You'll know.
Yeah, and it bothers me to no end. That's why I need somebody over my shoulder going, hey, let it go.
Yeah.
And Nathan says he feels porn stars feel the same.
Can we redo that one angle?
Yeah. All right, hose down the set. We're gonna do it again. let's do another shot for safety.
There is a special energy that comes with live shows, though, man. It's really kind of hard. Like, I'll be honest with you. I've been lucky enough to get to work on three covers for the Last Ronin, which is really just an amazing career highlight in so many ways. But I was going somewhere with this story. God damn it! The best Ronin I've ever drawn, the best Last Ronin piece I've ever kind of conceived of or drawn, was one that I did during a 3-hour live show with a camera on, and I had to finish it by the end of the show because the piece gets auctioned on at the end of the show, and it was a crazy amount of pressure, and I did something really, like, I did basically what inspired my cover for The Last Ronin #3, only I had reversed the figures in this live sketch, not thinking it was ever going to be a cover. Eric Paris owns this piece, so to this day, he still has the best one I think I've ever done, probably the best one I'll ever do, to be honest. And I'm saying that as a guy who kind of wishes I could have turned that into a cover, you know what I mean? But it wasn't formatted for a cover. It was just a live sketch. But there's something about it that I think it's because I only had 3 hours to do it. And to be honest, I feel like the work I've done in the past year during these live shows, in a way, has been my strongest work. It's been my most viewed work in terms of its social media, the shares and that kind of stuff. Like that Turtles versus Jason piece that I did has been shared by every horror blog and it's a crazy thing to see, and very often uncredited, but people will sometimes shout me out if they see it being posted or shared somewhere. But there's just something special about live shows that do that. There's a thing you have to harness if you do intend to finish it before the show's over. But yeah, then you look at it the next day and you're like, oh, if I had 2 more hours, I could have done
you can mentally time yourself, but
yeah,
I just kind of shut that off for tonight. I'm just kind of going,
Absolutely.
I did want to say too, though, like it's not every time I want to redo it or I feel like it's rushed if I do finish it. Like I've done stuff online that I feel like has been some really good stuff or surprising to myself. And I think it's partly because you're drawing with other people and there's that energy, like you get at the conventions.
Sure.
Like sometimes I do some of my better things at conventions too, like that, even though it's fast and rushed. And
yeah, it's the energy.
10 pieces today, but like this one,
Well, I think it's because you're doing it kind of from the hip, so you can't overthink
Yeah.
it either. And I think that's why sometimes it really, it can be some of your best stuff. Like, you may think it's your worst stuff, but people see the magic happening, and it's like, holy crap, that's awesome.
Yeah, like if your proportions and stuff, like if you can manage to get them down,
Yeah.
then things tend to work out. Like you get that idea in your head and your hands just working right,
Yeah, exactly.
things come together. Like sometimes
Yeah.
it ends up being your best stuff.
It's always proportion that is the issue, I find, for me too, because that's stuff that gets corrected when you really have time to, to figure a piece out. And that's the one criticism that Jason and Turtles piece that I got. I still see guys commenting every so often online. What is Jason, like 10 feet tall?
Well, the turtles are short. The turtles are fucking short.
And I'm like, they're short. And it's like, yeah, there should be turtles. And then you'll have the experts that come in because they know, because they've gone to like, some kind of turtle university or something. And they're like, turtles are 5 feet tall. So that would mean that Jason here is 11 feet tall. And I'm thinking, shut up, man.
Shut up.
I was crouching.
The best was one
crouching.
dude was like, I see that he's been stabbed by both of Leo's katanas. Excuse me, but katanas are slashing weapons. They're not stabbing weapons. So Leonardo, a trained warrior with the katana, would not have used both as a stab. He wouldn't have stabbed Jason. And I'm like, holy shit, man! You gotta
I guarantee
chill out, man.
If you're in a fight with Jason, you'll do whatever you can with
I
it.
say, put that guy in a room with me and give me a katana. I will prove to him it's a stabbing weapon.
Right, exactly.
Look at stabs.
It's a slashing weapon. Your first two slashes don't do shit against Jason, so he's choking your brother to death. What do? You stab the fucker in the heart with a katana.
Yeah.
And
Use it like a blunt object if you wanted.
Exactly,
Oh, hey, got a cool question here from Tim.
Cool.
He says crazy. I'm gonna say cool, but for both of you, what was your own favorite piece in the first Tags book?
Ooh, that's a really good question,
That's
man.
a very good question.
I think. That's
Flip
good.
through
You know what?
the
Let's
list
flip
here.
through. Let's turn the pages and we'll see. I will go.
Let's look at this beautiful piece of literature.
Let's see. That was the first one. That was Conan. He was a little bit long and lean for my taste, looking back at it now. And, again, the live TV thing, right? Like his forearm's a bit long. But, it goes like that sometimes. Yeah, you killed that Conan as well, yeah. Honestly, I was going to say, this is the first one that came to mind. And the reason the Kaiju came to mind as my favorite was because it was the first night I got to draw with Carl. And I thought that was pretty awesome. And Carl, that was when he famously called me out as a cheater because I showed up with a thumbnail sketch that was about as developed as like this little thumbnail sketch. But he was like, "You're a cheater. You came all prepped." And I'm like, "Dude, I made this shit up. Every brushstroke of it as I went in 3 hours. That every single stroke. I roughly plotted the figure in the page. I made sure his elbows weren't going off. And look, I still failed. But
But you do okay. First off, two things. One, you didn't fail. I had to crop because it was bigger than the page.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
Yeah. Secondly, you do understand that Carl was just trying to, deflect from his own insecurities.
But then, the next time I faced off against Carl, look what he did. He did this incredible Dr. Doom.
Oh, that
The whole team reflected in the crystal ball. Like, all right, I was served that day. I was served.
He did not finish on the show, though.
No, that's true.
Yes.
Has he ever? Ooh.
Yes, he finally has, because we celebrated the one time he actually went from blank to finish.
Oh,
Yeah, I think I was there from that.
Yeah, I think it was a Muppet mashup night that
But just look at the way the guy handles the metal on Doom here.
Oh,
look
no,
at this.
it's insane.
Like, look at the organic use of the brush, but then there's this tight little machine like hatching, and I don't know how the fuck his brain works, man. I don't know how he operates. That's just like, that is so amazing to me. And the way he handled the glove, like look at the light on look how forward this hand is coming. The way he's
Reminds me a
hit
bit of
that.
like Alan Davis on the
And then
glove.
you get into the fine details because he likes his military equipment stuff. And look at how well he draws, like just something as simple as I've never in my life drawn a belt buckle as good as that, ever. And I've drawn 1 billion belt buckles in every episode of Dodge so far. Not one of them looks that good.
Hire Carl to do your belt buckles.
he's my belt buckle guy.
He's your belt buckle guy, yeah.
In that background he did.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean,
I don't-
have you been watching or seeing the pages he's been posting for Axles?
Oh,
I was gonna
insane.
say
I
they're
love
amazing
his camera
stuff.
work.
Ugh.
I hope he's not listening. I don't want his fucking ego going out of control.
You still
Linda,
have
if
your
you're here,
Muppet
turn
one,
your
huh?
volume down, please. All right. So the kaiju is Mike's. Casey, what about
Yeah.
yours?
I think it's a tough one. I guess. I mean, in a way, the Jughead one's kind of the most fun, but not the most complicated or maybe best. Like the Winter Soldier kind of worked out.
Yeah, that was a good one too. Yeah.
it was.
My second place was probably my Grover. Honestly,
I love your Grover.
Sweden was-
Like that could be my favorite.
I
in there.
think that. Yeah, I was gonna put that as.
And that was the only reason I was able to do the animal He-Man thing was because of that
which
Grover.
is such a baller. It's so great. Yeah, I love this piece.
Yeah.
Just amazing.
The three best Muppet ones in no particular order, just for showing them, is the Grover one, the He-Manimal, and then Carl's fucking Beaker Jedi.
Oh, the Beaker Jedi.
That'll be in the second book, but that
That's
one
the
just
second volume. Yeah.
that floored me.
Oh yeah, that was nuts.
Yeah, can't wait to get my T-shirt on that one.
That's right.
What are you drinking?
Be right back.
What are you choking on?
Yep, exactly.
I'm gonna ask you while you're choking.
Holy fuck.
All right. That good, eh?
Oh, did you get
Nice
some?
episode brought to you by.
Yeah. Oh man, I started laughing when I took a drink and it went right into my nose. I mean, into my nose. Holy shit. All better now. Whew. So actually, Casey Imran is awake at the moment. I'm just talking to him on WhatsApp.
Oh,
I
sweet.
sent him a screenshot. He is floored. He's like, "Oh man."
Oh, he's okay with this guy?
Oh, very okay with this guy. Yes.
Okay.
So
So I know there were the other two characters, so I'm hoping like this one was.
Well, I think this one's, he's cool with it and likes it because everything else he's got art-wise has been all the heroes, and this will be his first piece of art.
That's cool.
One of the villains, yeah.
Oh, good choice.
Yeah. So, because,
Sometimes I can sense it. I just sense what people want, and they don't even know it.
No, yeah. Until they see it, like, oh. Because, everyone loves doing Bombman, and for obvious reasons. It's just an awesome-looking character. He's got the rivet gun. So.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And then Saya is kind of our, Batman-esque character, so everyone likes doing that. But Sardar is my favorite villain. He's just that straight up, pure chaotic evil, burn the world type guy. So.
Love it.
I just love this asymmetrical monster bull thing.
Yeah.
Right, this guy's riding. He's got one eye on one side and two on the other, and his horns are different. And
Oh yeah, the mutation. Yeah.
Bull out of Mad Max.
So, Linda, were you able to ask Carl what his favorite piece was? Oh yeah, he did. Yeah, she did respond. It was his Sith.
Is it the two?
No, the female Sith that he did. The one that's holding the decapitated Jedi head.
Oh yeah, that was a wicked one. Yeah, I love that. I also loved his other Muppet piece, the Star Trek one.
that no one got the reference to.
But you know what? It didn't matter because just look at how well executed the piece is.
Oh
like,
no,
it's a clinic on how to draw. Like it's just unbelievable. But yeah, I love this piece though. This was great. Wesley killed on the colors too.
Yeah. I mean the plot one or whatever it was. Yeah, it was a great piece. I I lost nerd points because I had no idea because I'm just not a Star Trek guy. So he had to explain that one to me in detail. I'm like, oh, okay, all right.
So great.
Yeah, he just draws so well.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh, y'all do. Let's not feed his ego too much.
Honestly,
he's not
man.
listening though.
No, but his inking is like
Oh, no,
crazy.
Yeah. I'll finish something that I'm kind of proud of, and I'll look at one of Carl's pieces, and I'll just be like, I look back at mine, and I feel like it looks like someone like in grade 6 drew this. Like I honestly, like I feel like there's a real, like I feel like I might as well be using crayons when I compare my inks to his. I'm just like, God damn it.
The thing that blows my mind with his inks is its brush.
Well, that's it. That's what I mean.
Yeah.
I love the brush. The brush is something that I thought I was kind of good at, and then I look at his stuff, and I'm like, God damn it.
Yeah, the control of his brush is insane.
Yeah. I've also, I think, over the years, got too comfortable with using pens and stuff like that. Which it's good to use different stuff, but especially for comics, because sometimes the brush isn't the right tool. Although I would say it probably always is. It just depends on your level of bravery and dedication to it. But
sometimes speed comes in there too. You got it.
Yes, for sure.
Deadlines will make you.
I switched to these kinds of things specifically for doing shows because and not having to dip my brush probably shaves 15% off my time when I'm doing a piece of the show, a commission of the show.
Oh, Linda said, "Stop it now! All of you guys draw great." She hasn't seen any of my drawings, so I don't know what the fuck she's talking about.
The hand turkey special
And I'll have
edition.
you know, I have been practicing because I really want to do that hand turkey I told you guys about. So,
Yep.
Yeah.
Why don't you do one tonight? Why don't you do one now?
Because my camera is not pointed at anything other than my mug. So it would just be the top of my head, my tongue sticking out as I'm forced drawing over my hand. It would just be awkward. But I do have, you can't really see it at the moment, but I did buy a setup to where I'm going to have a second camera that will be pointing down, because in the next year I do want to do some hand turkey stuff just for, S&Gs.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, on a night where Justin can't make it because, he has no internet. Yeah, so that way I'll jump in and, show you guys out with my hand turkey art, and you'll just be wowed. Yeah, Linda said hand turkey needs to be in the second tags book. Now, second tags book's actually done. I just, wanted to make sure everybody got their covers before we launched the next Kickstarter.
Oh, dang. That's awesome.
Yeah. So maybe in the third book. Oh, Rob's back. He said that Gambit is stellar. Oh, Rob, I didn't know you were gonna be back. I would have taken a screenshot. If you can rewind the video, go look at your Nightcrawler cover.
Yeah, he killed it, man.
He did. Actually, oh wait. Since it freeze framed, hold up. There you go, Rob. There is your cover. Well, 3/4 of your cover. It's a little out of frame, but yeah. Jeremy said the sequel to Chicken Devil, Turkey Jesus.
I love it. All right.
Bringing the
How am I
gravy.
going to do that pink energy on this? Unless I go with a totally blue and black and white theme and I could turn the energy into blue, that would look pretty cool too. But
Well, I mean, isn't the energy kind of purplish, or is it pink?
yeah, it's kind of got magenta color. Yeah.
Well, I hear blue and red make.
Oh, that's
No.
true. Yeah. No, it's just a matter of what medium I have that will actually go on top. I don't really have a lot of acrylic paint, but I could probably use like white, just basically
Like
glaze.
alizarin crimson and
Yeah, something like that. Yeah. These weird energy dealies that he.
No, it's looking good.
All right, what does he look like here?
Erica, where's my magenta?
Where am I looking here? Okay. Yeah, Erica is upstairs making earrings, I think.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah, that's what I was doing before the show.
Erica started a new job a couple of months ago that just started out as freelance and has turned into a huge job. She's a copywriter now, and she's able to use her design skills as well to make some pretty awesome, powerful messages get through. And she's working for a really cool company, and it's eating up a lot of her time, so she's not getting a whole lot of studio time, especially around Christmas when there's a lot more demand. A lot more demand for her time in there.
Yeah.
But yeah, she's doing all right.
So things are picking up then?
Yeah, like she's the copyright thing turned into a full-time job. They offered her, like I think Erica's planning to leave retail.
Oh, that'd be nice.
This year. I mean, I've been begging her for years because I mean my journey has been one where I feel like the only way I've ever had any success with my full-time business as an artist is by making it a full-time business and by not having that kind of comfort of a part-time job to kind of pull things in. But you know, for 8 years I was a superintendent. I didn't have to worry about my rent and stuff like that, so I was able to make comics. And you know, I didn't make any money, but I didn't really have any expenses, so it was kind of this weird null zone where I was able to make comics and still kind of survive.
Yep.
But you know, where Erica's at, like she's you know, she's got all these skills and she's had all these different jobs as designer and different things like that. And yeah, she's always been so good with words, and so now she's doing copywriting for a tech company. And I don't even understand what she's writing about, but man, she's really good at it. You know, I feel like a caveman looking at what she does for her job, but it's amazing. Yeah, so she's doing really well. And they offered her a full-time job, but it would have been like a 2-hour commute into the city every day. And she's been there and done that. So she turned down the full-time job just so she could still be at home and work from a part-time capacity and still have some time in the studio.
It takes 2 hours to get into Toronto?
Oh yeah, that's the
Ugh.
joke about living in Toronto. If you live in Toronto or you live out of Toronto, it still takes 2 hours to get to Toronto.
Yeah, even if you're a half hour away.
Even if
2
you're right in
hours.
the heart of the city, you're
Yeah.
still 2 hours from fucking Toronto. So it's you know, yeah, it's just the way it is, man.
No, I get it.
Worst.
Yeah, it's similar here when you know, like going into West Palm for the
Oh, I bet.
for the name
Yeah.
tag. But it's not that bad. But it's like it can be an hour to hour and a half for you know. And like if I don't leave the studio at 5, fuck it, I stay till 6 because I'm gonna get home at 7 o'clock either way. So
Right.
yeah.
Like, you know, we have the most congested highways on Earth, right?
No,
Right
I
where
did
we
not.
are?
No, really.
Yeah, it's world record, like the highest trafficked highways right there going to Toronto to Hamilton and back.
Yeah.
All the 400 series.
Oh wow.
There was a long-standing joke that what's the fella who directed the Mad Max films? George Miller, is that what's the name?
That's it.
That's him. The long-standing joke was that, you know, Mad Max 4 was going to literally take place on the 401. Like it was going to be what the 401 looked like in in the Mad Max world. That was a long-standing joke anyway, and for a while it looked like it was going to actually happen. It kept on coming up in the news and stuff, which I thought was so funny. But yeah. There we go.
The worst. The worst.
All right, we're going pink here, fellas. Let's see how it goes.
All right.
Actually, I think I'm gonna remove a little bit of blue first, a little bit more
Pink
blue,
on blue.
get it a little bit hairier looking, and then we can let the pink do a little bit more damage on the surface here.
A little hairier. It's gonna get it a little hairier here.
Happy little concussive energy bursts.
Oh, Neil Hugh has left for the night. He has gone to go see Spider-Man.
We understand if you don't want to watch us.
Lucky
Okay.
bastard.
Well, he was saying he was doing Mickey Mouse the roll call, saying hi, and then I was letting him know that he was gone.
Been abandoned for Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Eh,
Yeah.
I get it.
I get it.
Yeah.
Everything might shut down anyway, so see it while you can.
Yeah, exactly.
So
Get
you,
out there and see it.
are you guys getting that bad up there right now?
We had over 3,300 cases in Ontario
Oh, it's
today, which is
adorable.
like astonishingly bad for us. And yeah.
It's horrible that you guys think 3,300 is bad.
Oh, it's yeah. I mean, the difference is though, like all the provinces are different, right? Like Nova Scotia will shut everything down if like 300 people get it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like in a place like Toronto, where the density is so high, like it's like most big American cities, you know, kind of, but smaller. So yeah, I get how it doesn't seem like a crazy number, but it represents a lot of people.
Oh no, I'd be happy if we did that at that number. Trust me.
Yeah.
I just find it funny because, like, you know, it's like, oh, really?
Well, it's like-
that's the line you guys draw it at.
We were getting like 1,000 to 1,500 a day, and they thought, "Oh, this is great. Let's open everything up." And I'm like, "What? What? That's still a lot of people. Like that's still." I don't know. I'm not going to get into all that, but it's just one of those things that's been like, yeah, like my mom canceled Christmas, so it's been a real bummer week for me because this is the second Christmas in a row. And I know my mom was super looking forward to it, especially but when she was thinking about actually inviting. And, you know, the whole family was coming this time. We haven't seen anybody. And so the whole family was going to come and it was going to be, you know, quite the thing. And, you know, not that it was a gigantic family. We don't have a gigantic family, but it would have put us over 10, less than 15, but over 10. And, you know, not necessarily all at the same time even, but you know, overlapping if it were Christmas Day. And so it's one of these things where I think she's just so heartbroken by it that it's just nothing's going to happen now till the new year. And the same could be true for Erica and I because, you know, Erica's folks are in Quebec and, you know, some other, you know, things are a little bit different there too in some regards. And it's there's lots of concern. So, yeah, we don't know. We don't know, man.
Yeah, we canceled our thing. We were going to go big like family cousins, mostly cousins, on Christmas Eve. So that's like an annual thing that's canceled now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ah, well.
Well, what can you do, right?
So it'll be a quiet Christmas again.
Yeah. You know what? You know, I missed seeing my family last year and I'll miss them this year. But, you know, last year, Eric and I did okay. Like we, you know, Eric is an amazing cook. Like I didn't miss out on my turkey dinner, you know, anything like that. Like it was, you know, it was nice. Like we just did our own thing, and you know, you build new traditions when your traditions suddenly get changed or upended, and you know, you make the best of it, and that's all you can do. So could be a lot worse, I guess. Hard to imagine, but yeah, it could be an awful lot worse. A lot of people out there have it a lot worse than we do in this circumstance, and
Yeah,
you know,
definitely. Like I think they're really trying hard to avoid shutting everything down. They've just limited things.
yeah.
So
Well,
it's like half capacity, what it was, and 10 people indoors, houses and stuff like that.
It's the restaurants and stuff that get hurt the most, and I understand that. But I guess my big response to that, and I mean no offense to anyone who runs or works or operates or depends on a restaurant to live, but I during a pandemic, I don't personally see the need to go to a restaurant. I haven't been to one in 2 years, and except for the time when we were at convention in Winnipeg, because you know, out of town. It's not a judgment. It's just like I get that the restaurants are hurting, but I also don't get why anyone has to go to them right now.
You know, I 99% agree with you on that because I was the same way. But when I was at C2E2 and I had a chance, and you know, everybody went to some, you know, bullshit Italian restaurant. I'm like, yeah, I don't want that. I found it like there's always a Mexican restaurant I go to from the convention.
Yeah.
So I went by myself and went there, and I was like, it dawned on me, it's like, I get it. I get why people, like, and I was by myself. I wasn't with any, like, but I was seeing other tables with small groups of 2, 3, 4 people. And I was like, yeah, I get why some people need this. Like, I'm an introvert, so
Yeah.
I'll always be okay not doing this stuff.
Exactly.
But
Yeah.
seeing, you know, people's expression and getting a chance to see people, and they're still being masked up as much as possible and being kind of safe as possible in a
You're
restaurant.
absolutely right.
But
You're
yeah, it's like
absolutely-
I totally get it. I still won't do it, but I
Yeah.
totally get it now. And I didn't prior to that. It was kind of that like an enlightening moment, like going, "Oh, this shit! No, I understand now." I'll try.
Yeah.
I'm trying not to be so judgmental on it. Like
No, exactly.
Some people need that, connection.
A lot of times it is a social thing. Like,
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
and that's kind of what you're missing out on. Even like talking to your waiters and stuff, and
Yeah,
just
absolutely.
getting out of the house and change the scenery, and someone else cooking for you if you're sick of doing it. And
Oh, and
All
Nathan's
that stuff.
Nathan's asking, like, what about getting a haircut? I went a year without getting a haircut. I don't think I'll ever do it again.
Yeah,
I've had my hair this short for 30 years.
yeah,
And it bothered me not having it this short. So I go in and I wear my mask, and the lady who cuts my hair, she's like, "Oh, you don't have to wear your mask." I'm like, "I'm good."
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
I'm the same. That's the thing. And then the masks are never, for me, they're probably never going to go away at this point, and that I'm okay with that. And in terms of getting my hair cut and stuff like that, yeah, like I think I went almost a year during the first lockdown in 2020, and I always have mine like Jim the Anvil Neidhart short, like it's always just bone short, and I could not stand it because I basically turn into Jack Black from Nacho Libre, when I don't like 8 weeks after my haircut, that's where I'm at. So, and it just gets worse and escalates from there. So,
Yep.
yeah,
Yeah, I'm there getting my hair cut every 2 weeks, like clockwork, to keep it short.
right,
But,
yeah,
yeah, and it killed me, but I did it because I had to.
sure,
If I have to do it again, I will. I will hate it, but I will do it.
mm-hmm.
But yeah, and I always actually, even before the pandemic, I always wore a mask when I flew, just because people are gross, and
Yep.
it's all circulated air, and I know airplanes have really good ventilation, but when that dude sitting behind me is hacking up loogies, that filter's not catching that before I do. So I've always wore masks on planes. So for me, it's it's not a big difference.
Yeah,
Let's see. Murray says, I have hair till I get tired of having hair, and then I take the clippers to it.
yeah,
Out of context, Murray, that could go so wrong. I'm assuming you're talking about your dome, but yeah. Yeah, same with the hand sanitizer, yeah. I've got like 3 things dangling off my backpack with the hand sanitizer. I'm not a germaphobe so much, but I know people are gross. There's a difference. Like if I'm out digging in the dirt, doing stuff like that, got no problem with that. But, I shake more than one person's hand at a con, yeah, I'm hitting the sanitizer real quick.
yeah.
Because, I don't know where them fingers have been. Yeah.
I think it's the first time I haven't got sick at conventions, like doing them now, like because everyone's vaccinated going in. You got your face mask on. You got the Purell at the table.
Yeah.
Made a big difference.
Yeah, I've been lucky, knock on wood. I've never gotten sick at a convention except for BrandCon, so I don't know what the fuck was going on in Manitoba. You guys got some weird shit going up there? Because, I load up on vitamins like twice a day and, do all this shit, but man, yeah, Manitoba broke me. That one, I came home and I was like, oh, I must have been like patient 0 for COVID or something. Because, I've never been sick after a convention, and when I came back from Manitoba, man, I was like, you know what, just take me now. I don't really feel this.
Wow.
Way. Yeah. Oh, it was awful. Like a full week of misery.
Oh shit.
But it was just con crud because I got tested for COVID and I didn't have the antibodies or anything. So it was just straight that con crud that people get that I've never got before. So, damn you, Manitoba.
The March before that, the Toronto Comic Con, so that would have been March of 2019, I guess. I got the con crud, and I was honestly sick until Toronto Comic Con, until the Fan Expo. Like I was sick for months, and it was just this ongoing, like I just felt like The Walking Dead for a long time, and it was before COVID or anything like that, but Yeah, it was brutal, and it was a con crud that just wouldn't go away unless it just kept on kind of reactivating or it triggered something else. But holy shit, it was real bad.
Yeah, I had a buddy of mine, Brian King, who went to C2E2 with me. Probably like 2017, I think. He almost died.
Ugh.
He got con crud that caused a staph infection.
Oh man.
Yeah, and he dipped off my radar for a couple weeks. I couldn't reach him or anything like that. And then I found out later, yeah, he was hospitalized. I'm like, fuck, we stayed in the same apartment and everything. I'm like, how did you get it? And I didn't. He's like, I don't know.
Wow.
I'm like, yeah, stop eating those hot dogs off the ground, buddy, or something. I don't know, but Christ.
Licking turnstiles.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, yeah. You can't stop me.
He sits down on the subway, just takes a bite out of the seat cushion,
I'll do what I want. All right, guys. Justin's gonna judge you for a few more minutes. I gotta go refill my drink. Right back.
I'm real tempted to get a drink myself.
Yeah, I could probably use one. I have a cup of tea that's gone cold here, but something else would be good.
If I drink the real stuff, I know it'll mean I won't get this done tonight, but we'll just end it,
Yeah.
Start it. It's like you got this momentum and you want to
Yeah, that's just it.
get it done once you start it.
Colors are going on this way better than I thought they will, and I think when I add a little pencil crayon, it's gonna go well. I just gotta find the right brown here. Big drawer full of markers. Don't let me down.
What are we looking for?
Oh, just the right kind of jacket brown. But it doesn't really matter because it's going on top of blue. So,
Justin wasn't here earlier for the, Neil wasn't here. Oh, Jesus, good drinks, by the way. Neil wasn't here earlier. So he was actually saying, hey, Justin, when he saw his picture pop up.
Just thought he was sitting there.
Yeah, like, I'm not saying anything. I'm just going to keep my arms crossed and look at you guys. And but Murray clued him in.
I'm gonna have to go back and watch and see which pictures you're putting up.
Yeah.
Yeah, unfortunately, I only pulled 2. There were several more I wanted to pull. I was running out of time, but I think this might be a recurring gag when he can't make it. I'm just gonna have.
Now, can you get like a little recorder with like just one-liners and then have like a Justin puppet, maybe?
Oh, well, I got a Justin puppet.
You know,
I mean, the puppet I have in the background all the time is my Justin puppet. Unfortunately, I'm waiting for Justin to get a little more white in his beard so it will fit better. But yes, yeah, it would be a thing.
like, do you imitate him? And
I almost tried to when I first started because he does open with kind of the same lines every time, but I don't have enough Midwestern in my voice anymore to do his voice. Because he's got that straight up Midwestern, okay guys, what are we doing today? Maybe one more drink.
Auction, Justin.
Yeah, one more drink and I'll get to it.
Yeah, I think you could do it.
Well, I have a puppet I call my Justin puppet, Linda.
I think I do want a drink.
Cause
like, is his name still Justin, the puppet?
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, it's got flannel. He's got the beard, but the beard's a little too white. But yes, this was the original thing we were gonna do. Is I was gonna have Justin host and the puppet was gonna co-host, but it just we just never really got around to it. 'Cause it became a lot harder to try to co-host with my arm up with the camera in a different position and then still trying to produce all of this. So maybe someday we'll do the Justin show, the Justin Squared show. So it's a dream.
So, yeah. Could have Carl host and drink and We just test things out.
Oh no, I don't want shit to like blow up and destroy because like Carl and Tech, like there's just something happens. It goes wrong so quick, and I don't have enough time in the day to fix it. Like if Carl was my next door neighbor, maybe, but yeah, Carl's that person that calls up tech support and tech support doesn't answer. They see the caller
Just
ID.
hang up.
Yeah, they're like, it's that guy again.
Nope.
Yeah.
It's him again. Oh, so much of tech I don't understand.
Well, the problem is,
And look at the way.
yeah, is that was like my job for most of my early career, and I foolishly told people. So yeah, so whenever there's a problem, I get calls.
Yeah, my brother-in-law, he is Erica's brother is he's a genius with computers. Like he's just one of those guys, just a natural. He's the guy, and he was the guy for so long that I think he just hit a point one day where he was just like, that's it. And since then he's just no longer that guy. Like he just can't be that guy for anybody. It's like he was getting to the point where he was everyone in the family's tech support.
Yeah.
And one day he was just like, you know what I need you guys to do? I need you to read your damn manuals. And he just like he just pushed them too far, And I felt bad because I was probably the worst offender, to be honest with you, because I'm an idiot with this stuff. And he just one day it was too much. It was too much. That was it. So
No, I totally understand. Yeah, because I've got a buddy of mine, Paris. Love the guy. He's a photog. He used to work at the news station with me and everything. And just the greatest guy. But every time he calls me, like 95% of the time he calls me, I know it's because something broke and he needs help fixing it. So I pretty much just answer the phone with what broke. And then, of course, he laughs for a few minutes. And then he goes, well, I need help with this. And I'm like, yeah. Like, if I get an email from him, it's social. But I get a call from him, it's usually because something broke and he needs it fixed right away.
yeah.
Yeah. It's funny because he loves real estate, and that's my new gig is in real estate. And his new gig that he just got with Scripps Media National, like we both got each other's dream job.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So at some point we're just gonna probably try to just try to switch positions.
Then there'll be a puppet, Stefan.
Yeah. Oh yes, Nathan. Yes, this conversation of me bitching about tech support does not include you. Yeah, we're still down for tech support tomorrow. Got to help Nathan. They're having audio issues when they have two people on. So.
Oh.
Well, there are legitimate problems out there. I mean, that you do have to.
Oh yeah. Well, it's when somebody goes, my computer stopped doing something. I'm like, well, what did you do? Well, I didn't do anything. The computer just did it. I'm like, no. The computer is a slave to what you tell it to do. Yeah, if you didn't tell it to do something, it didn't do it. Unless it unless it's straight up broke. And if it's straight up broke, it's not working. So, yeah, that's always the fun part. And because it always annoys me, too, when I have to call tech support and I hear them going through the script. I'm like, no, I've already done all that stuff you're going to ask me to do. Let's just skip ahead to page 4, please.
Yep. Yeah, Erica. Unfortunately, it's fallen to her to be the tech support now. For me, like I'm at the point of like throwing rocks at things and stomping my feet by the time she comes over to tell me that like my fucking mouse is unplugged or something. You know what I mean? Like I just go right into tantrum mode when I don't know what's going on. And I'm sure she loves it, but yeah. Now it'll be funny because someone in her family will call her and be like, "Hi, Erica. I thought we could chat on Saturday and have a coffee or something like that. Be nice to catch up." And Eric will be like, "Yeah, that'd be cool." And then they'll be on the phone. "Now, why I have you here? Remember when you made my website? I'm wondering if you can change my banner. Just so I have you on the phone and all the time.
Go fuck
And
yourself.
yeah, so she's like, I know what's coming. But
Here's my bill.
yeah.
No, I think that actually is the real Justin that jumped into the chat. So, hey, I'm going to go back to the view where Justin can judge you guys. Justin, this has been your avatar for the evening.
Is he happy about that?
We'll find out in a second. You've been judging the guy's work all night, Justin. Well, actually, not all night. Just when I need to go get a drink.
You have like his eyes glowing red or anything like?
No, I just found like the position where he was like kind of. All right, he's obviously seen it.
Uh-oh.
He's like, that's some bullshit. I mean, he forgot the apostrophe, so it's just plural bullshit apparently. So. Justin, how are the parents, buddy? How you doing?
Hey, Justin.
Justin.
Yeah, I think. We got that. Delay. We gotta wait for him to actually reply. Good stuff.
So he's not at Spider-Man.
No, he didn't ditch us for Spider-Man. Because it's funny, like we were talking about putting together because I had a bit I wanted to do for the open, and then he realized like, oh wait, I forgot we weren't really going to be doing this show originally. Because when Mike said let's do it, I was like, yeah, let's do it. Because originally the last show was our last show,
Right.
And he's like, oh yeah, and I forgot I'm going to be at my mom's, so we can't really do it. I'm like, oh yeah, I forgot you're going to be at your mom's, so that didn't happen.
We're here.
That's right.
We care about the people.
Well, that's why I said, Justin didn't love them enough to be here.
Did you want to put that swamp thing up? That one I showed you earlier?
I suppose I could. I totally forgot about that. Thank you for
No, that's okay. No worries. Do you have that image from WhatsApp? Is that going to be good enough? Or?
Yeah. Oh, no, I got it all set up. I just totally forgot.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah. All right. For those peoples that are here, let's do a quick auction. Oh, wait.
Yeah, I just got nothing left to...
Well, it's the end of the year. You guys been cleaning that. I get it. But, yeah, I actually saw this on IG. Your reels that you did.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
Yep. So this one's going to go super sweet because Mike is just, being nice on the holiday season. So we have this 11x17 original swamp thing. And we're going to start the bidding at, what'd you say? Was it $10? Was it really $10?
$10.
$10. You heard it right here. $10.
Ridiculous.
I know. $10.
It's
almost
put a 90 on there.
And I don't know if some people expressed interest in wanting that, and I thought, well, let's just try to make it as fair as we can for everybody. So I don't know who's still watching, but
fight for it like a mosh pit.
Yeah. Of course, Justin showed up just in time because he's not on the show tonight. So.
Oh, true. Yeah. It's
I'll
put it up for a second here as well in front of me. It's where is it now? I have somewhere around here. Where'd you go? Oh yeah. All right, hold on. Yes, Swamp Thing. 11x17, and I just did this one direct to pen, like I was trying to tap into my inner Hugh Rookwood and just go straight with the brush pen. And Swamp Thing's a character that's easier to do that with. But yeah, it's a good size one, 11x17.
I watched your Facebook video doing that.
Yeah. Just trying to warm up a little bit. I've been having really long days of inking lately, and it's just a nice way to kind of get the engine fired up. But yeah, that's the piece.
It's worth a little more than $10.
Well,
It's the holiday season.
Yeah.
So we're gonna do this for a 5-minute auction. Yeah.
And you
we
did
will.
a Swamp Thing as a Christmas tree, didn't you?
That.
Yes.
Oh, I wanted that one so bad.
No, actually, it was a different guy who got that one, but I might have made a few Christmas cards out of that one to give to my friends and some watchers of this show. So I don't know how fast the mail is, but some of y'all might get one in the mail. I made a bunch of them and
Okay, well,
figured.
real quick, Justin, was that a typo or did you fall asleep on your keys? Because he put that shit to $100.
Oh dang!
Yeah.
Crazy Justin.
Yeah,
Being crazy.
and he's yelling at me
I
to get
like
the
it.
timer going because, yeah. The cocktails are hitting me hard at this moment. Someone get me on a bad movie because I am ready to rant. I'm at 3 drinks Stefan right now, so
Well, I just watched Deck the Halls. That was kind of bad.
I've never
I
heard
like
of that.
Danny DeVito in it, but
Oh,
The Halls. I don't
I
remember.
hadn't seen that Christmas movie. Yeah, it was
I'm
kind
not
of crap.
I'm not a big Christmas movie guy. You're not going to catch me watching those.
Except
Well,
Die Hard.
Christmas Chronicles. I mean,
in Christmas Chronicles.
and but I will state it. Christmas Chronicles 2, not a good movie. Do I watch it every year?
Oh.
Fuck yes. But, but again, it goes into the whole thing of I know when there's a difference between a good movie and something that's just hits the happy button. So I mean, a movie that gives me Kurt Russell and Goldie Hawn together, and yeah, I'm gonna watch that all the time. Ooh, that's a motion cover. Woo 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 woo.
I'm trying to get that damn thing to. Oh, come on, you son of a.
Well, that Brown worked.
Do you need a new arm? Do you need a new arm for your camera?
No, it's I'm not sure what the deal is. It's remember my old one broke, and I really like the ball socket, like the big round ball socket that it connects the actual camera to the arm.
Yeah.
And I just have it popped into place, but I think I might be missing a screw pin or something because there's not really any way to tighten it. So I basically have to put tension on the wire of the actual camera in order to kind of get it to point to where I want it to point. But that's just me being. I'm sure there's something really obvious I'm missing, but I'm not seeing where I'm able to tighten it up. The knob on the side doesn't actually tighten the ball bearing part. I don't know what it does. In fact,
send me pictures of the
Computer
rig.
issue.
Yeah. I'll send it to you later on. Yeah.
Well, yeah, not right now, obviously, but yeah, send me pictures of what it is because I've got several extra boom arms too. I can send you if we need to.
I actually want to. I might go and see if I can find one that's like just basically a longer one because my desk is such a weird size that when I do the show, I have to kind of sit really far to the right of my desk and where I have everything like my bookshelf and everything like that. It's just kind of an awkward pose.
Wait, you're still using a gooseneck, right? You're not using a boom arm.
Oh yeah, I'm still. Oh no, I'm using the boom arm. Yeah,
Okay,
the one that.
all right.
Yeah, it's just the desk is really wide, and I have kind of the pin and it's broken, so I kind of have it set on like kind of like a small bookshelf on either side of me. The desk is propped out at this angle, so I'm kind of limited as to like it's ideal to draw right in the center of my desk.
Yeah.
But I'm not willing to give the desk up because it's just really important to me, and but it's probably time to actually get a new desk.
No, we can make it work. Trust me. Just send me pictures and I'll send you the stuff for the rig. We'll get it set up. Because just to let everybody know that Sean is now officially going to be part of the group on a regular basis.
Awesome.
Yep.
Nice.
So I'm sending him his equipment and we're getting him all set up so he don't have to.
Oh, nice.
Do the jinky iPad thing anymore, but yeah, so he will be in regular rotation. I'm stoked to have him on the show.
Yeah, man,
He's really good.
Yeah,
He's doing such amazing work. Yeah.
yeah, his Luke Cage stuff that he's been showing me is like,
Oh.
can't wait. I'm like, save that page. Like, I know it's digital, but still, save that page.
Yeah. Justin, you mentioned in the description for the show that Justin had an announcement.
I'm not making that announcement. That's for Justin.
Oh, okay.
Yep. And that was the whole dope moment when we realized that he wasn't going to be on. So
I see. Okay,
Yeah.
no worries.
Yeah.
I think I know what it is, so I'm excited about it. But
Tim Duncan just jumped in at 125.
Ooh,
Ooh, I think he got it too.
yeah,
I think so.
awesome.
Merry Christmas to Tim.
Even Murray called it out. Sniper action. Tim, congratulations, buddy.
Well
He's
done,
learning,
Tim.
eh?
Yeah. So, but yeah, because the announcement is pure Justin. Justin put it all together. It's gonna be such a great thing, but I don't want to steal his thunder on that. So he needs to be the one to announce it. So
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
It's gonna be cool. You guys are gonna love it.
Yeah, I think you know what we're talking about. Yeah, yeah.
I think I do. Yeah, I could be wrong.
I have
No,
idea.
no. It's
super curious.
because you're involved, so you know what
Yeah.
it's about. Yes.
I think I know. Yeah,
Yeah.
should be fun.
Yipper. So.
Better be good.
Yeah, that's all right. Otherwise, we're in trouble. I'm gonna keep that Justin image up for the rest of the night.
All this hype.
So.
How much time do we got?
Whenever you guys are done. I mean, we're at 9:15 at the moment.
Oh, all right.
Yeah. So I mean, because again, this is a super cash night.
Yeah.
Super cash.
And Justin, in typical fashion, who can't keep a secret, has already kind of started spilling the beans.
All right.
He's dropping like easy hints.
Yeah, Justin being Justin. Yep.
Can he just come on?
He's in the chat rooms.
We should do this Christmas night again.
The hell you say? No, actually, I'd be down for that. No, actually, I won't.
Yeah, I don't
No,
know.
'cause
Actual drink and draw.
No, we do the holiday things a little different here. It's like
Nibs and nogs.
So Thanksgiving, I roll over to some friend's house to destroy their place. Christmas, unfortunately, is here. Then New Year's, we go to another. We got all these friends that don't have kids, so we decide that we do the holidays right, and not mess around with them chickens. So it makes it makes it very easy for just us to do the holidays, adult holidays, and boom. So, but unfortunately, Christmas is at my joint, so yeah, Christmas is off for me.
Yeah, I don't know what we're doing, but we'll probably just be chilling out here. Actually, we thought about doing. There's a thing in Iceland where they exchange books on Christmas Eve and they read books, and kind of like just keep warm and hang out and chill out and have wine and read books. And that might be what we do that night. I'm not sure. We were thinking about trying to do something like that. I don't know. Be a quiet one, I think.
That's good.
By the looks of it now, yeah.
Because your family doesn't even really like Skype or anything, eh?
No. My family is sans technology for the most part. So whatever we're able to do by the phone and
just phone calls and.
Yeah, that's it. I can honestly, that's kind of why Christmas being canceled, for the reasons, that being canceled is a real bummer because, I can literally count the hours I've seen my parents this year on one hand. And that's kind of fucked up when you think about it. And we only live an hour away, but it's just.
What if you got one of those rapid tests though? And.
Oh yeah, no, there is that. There's always that, but it's just it's the people that are coming though. There's like, if there's people who work in all different circles of one. Some people in the family work at daycare, some work at, in retail, and it's a lot of exposure, right? So it's just elderly people and immunocompromised people, and it just makes sense to cancel it if we're going to be in a situation like this with a much more easily transmissible thing. I don't know, man. It's all fucking crap.
Not to get too deep on it, but is like Omicron causing the
Oh, it's
The
well,
rush.
for a large percentage of it. Yeah, it's kind of
That's the one they're worried about. Yeah, that's been like majority cases now.
Kingston's a total shit show right now. It's unbelievable, and that's where Erica's sister-in-law works, and her brother lives in. They live near to Kingston, and it's just stuff like that. It's not too far from Ottawa. There's still lots of international traveling happening as a result, and it's all just wacky.
Brent Collingwood jumped in a few minutes ago. We missed him. He was saying, "What's up?" Hey, Brent.
Hey.
Brent. See, I would have saw Brent possibly at Christmas time. Maybe not, though. Sometimes he goes up. His wife's family.
And apparently,
He's a cousin of mine.
Alicia's party's going well, and she's drinking enough that she's replying to herself in the chat. So obviously she's got a good family party going on there.
I love it. That's great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, and Barry, what's up, Barry? Don't worry about being late,
Nice to
buddy.
hear.
Out shopping, we get it.
Nice to hear people having fun, though.
Yeah. So those aren't Pokemon cards, but I guess I'll let it slide.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna go with probably pretty simple with these, and
Oh no.
yeah,
Yeah, it's better than throwing Pogs.
yeah.
That shade is for Murray.
Yeah.
Give it his fucking Pogs.
Is he still collecting?
I don't know, but someone made mention about Pogs for tags, and I'm like, absolutely not.
Like remarking Pogs?
It's like
no,
Coast,
it,
right?
it was like a Kickstarter rewards type thing or something. I figured it was. Yeah, Brent saying don't diss the Pogs. Still has some slammers. I have no idea what that means, but okay.
I
They're
never
like the thick
it
ones.
It was after my time for sure, but yeah, they were huge in my brother's generation, my little brother's generation, absolutely.
So was that
I
like
didn't
for the people who
understand.
do know Pogs? Was that like the collectible version of like Jacks or something? Because like I'll admit, like when they came out, I was still so heavily into like the collectible card games, like the Star Wars and Star Trek, those card games. I never got into Pogs.
Yeah.
But Pogs, because it had a collectible asset to them. But I thought
it was kind
they
of
were
like
a game.
Jacks.
They were a game too, though, right? So it's kind of like
Yeah, you flip.
Yeah, there was
they're
a
on the
game.
ground and you smack them down. They flip over and whatever.
Okay, so kind of like a collectible version of Jack. Wait, wouldn't that fuck up the collectability of it though?
Probably, yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
like saying, "Hey, I'm gonna step on my card before I play it."
Yeah.
I mean, great for the company thinking about it, yeah, because now people have to buy multiples so they can play with set and collect a set. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, pretty much it was collectible version of Jack's. Okay. Yeah, and Murray saying I think I might have some Pogs in a box in the basement if I had to look hard enough. Wow, that just sounds like a frog and a log in the bog type thing. I have a Pogs in a box in the basement.
Where they belong.
That's right. Put the Pogs in the well. It puts the lotion on the Pogs or it gets the hose again. Yeah. This is what happens when Justin isn't here to be the adult. We go from Pogs to Silence of the Lamb real fucking quick.
The official game of serial killers.
That's right.
Pogs.
Pollywogs. Oh yeah, perfect. Pollywogs. Exactly. Barry, way to put it together.
Kind of like the Squid Game, I guess. You gotta smack the thing and flip it over.
I have yet to watch the show. I need to watch that show.
Oh, that's a good one.
I only saw the first 2 episodes. I didn't mind it. I kind of want to watch more of it. But a bunch of stuff all kind of came out at the same time that I was trying to watch and kind of got sidetracked from it.
A few people die in that show.
A few.
Yeah,
the
a
whole
few.
thing?
A number of them died. Yeah.
There's a bit of a head count in that show.
Oh,
Oh, Justin's
man.
bouncing out. He's got to go. See you, Justin.
Later,
Goodbye, Justin. But we can leave his picture up, right?
Oh yeah, he's staying up for the rest of
So
the
it's
show.
like he's still here.
That's right. And judging all of us from a high.
The ghost of tags past.
He looks like the tags bouncer. Thank you. As soon as you guys do it wrong, you're out. Oh, Brent, what show missed it? I think. Oh, we're talking about
Squid
Squid
Game?
Game. They were talking about Squid Game. I haven't seen it yet, but they were talking. Somehow we got to that from Pogs. That is like the obsessed detective pegboard with all the red yarn. Somehow we went from Pogs to Squid Game. Justin's being pouty. Aw, bye Justin. We'll miss you. Pog Squid Game would be awesome. I'm not sure about that. I mean, I could see that going on as a Saturday Night Live bit that runs too long, but like if it was done properly, it could be a funny little sketch. But not on Saturday Night Live because they don't know when to quit.
I haven't watched the show in years. There's a lot of people on it that I love, but I just
Occasionally, I'll pop in to see if it's gotten better, but it's so toothless now. And again, it's live television, so it's very hard to do. I give them all the props for doing it, but the problem is like they don't know. Like someone needs to be telling them in their ear, like, "Hey, the joke's over. Get out." And they need a Monty Python that shit where they just like take that hard left turn and just do something so absurd that and that's how they get out. And then just go to the next one.
They always had like once in a while that show would get a really memorable hook character. Like I really like is it Kenan Thompson? I think he's really funny. Like I've always thought he was really really funny, and I've seen him in other stuff, but he had a couple of regular bits which I just loved. Like they'd make me nuts. I'd laugh hysterically at them. I just loved it. But once in a and Bill Hader, he had some great stuff when he was on that show.
As Stefan.
Oh my God, unbelievable!
Brilliant.
Yeah. Name aside, but that character just fucking floored me.
And Will Forte. The first time I ever saw Will Forte was oh shit, I can't remember what the skit was. I can't remember if he was an audience member in the skit at a show or if he was like a host of a show. I almost feel like it was a game show or something like this. And when it came his time, he had to spell. It was a spelling bee or something.
Uh-huh.
And he was spelling a word, and he just kept on repeating the word Q, and he just went Q. I have no idea what the skit was, but it was hysterical because it went on for too long. Like it pushed it to the point where it's like, okay, this is crazy. And then 2 minutes later, he was still locked in position, just saying the same word over and over again. It was really that was the first time I saw him, and ever since I've seen that, I've liked him in just about everything I've seen him in.
Yeah, I liked him in everything except for Last Man on Earth.
Oh, I didn't see that one.
Yeah, it like started out so good. It was like, okay, this is such a concept, and then they started adding cast members. I'm like, wait, you're ruining the whole point of it being the Last Man on Earth, and it just yeah, and he was such an unlikable character that you liked everybody else so much better than him, and it was like that was the whole point of his character in a way, but it just like you can't do a story around a completely unlikable character and expect it to last.
Right,
yeah. You want to see everybody else's story, not his. So yeah. Oh, Brent is saying Pete Davidson is kind of funny, which translation also means he's kind of not funny. But yes, I will agree. When Pete Davidson, when he hits, he's gold. Yeah. But when he doesn't hit, oh, it's so cringe. Yeah. But when he hits, he fucking has me on the floor rolling. And I guess, again, that's a lot of SNL. Unfortunately, most of it for me is the cringe, not the funny, because, again, you're doing live comedy, and, man, that's a tough gig. I would never want to do that gig.
Oh, yeah, that's rough. Yeah.
I'm going to get a drink.
Oh, yeah, celebrity roasts are, he's awesome at celebrity roasting, He's that type of comedian who can come up with just the greatest barbs, and then he takes them so well too because he's one of those comedians that had such a shit life. that he has
Yep.
to laugh at everything, otherwise it's just bad. So,
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, he's but
Yeah, I liked Andy Samberg. Like I was a fan of his, and I like the
I still rotate through Lonely Island like once a
Oh,
week.
me too. I still like. I think it might annoy Erica, but I listen to those. I listen to those albums quite a bit actually.
Like did you see their Netflix show they did on the Oakland A's? Jose Canseco and who's the other steroid user?
McGuire.
Yes.
Or
Yes.
yeah.
Did you see that Netflix special they did?
I don't think so.
Oh
no.
my god, it is so fucking funny. They did it like it's like a mix between like a behind the music type thing, but for athletes. Because then it's
Hold on. Did it come out a couple years ago?
yeah.
Maybe I did. I got to rewatch it then, because I remember. I think I remember it now. Yeah.
Yeah, it was so. I mean, and I still listen to that album or the songs from that one. I mean, total rotation, like because to every Friday when I leave the studio to head home, I do the Jack Sparrow song with Michael Bolton. Because it starts out being like that whole hard hip hop, and then Michael Bolton comes with his just crooning about Jack Sparrow for the Pirates of the Caribbean.
That's so great. I know. Oh, that's brilliant.
Oh, Tim Duncan's loving these covers. Saint Airfire. Brent, no, I haven't. I need to get into Titan season 3. That's been a hard show for me to watch because I love the Teen Titans, and it's taken me a bit to get into what they're doing with the Titans versions of the characters, mainly because of Hawk and Dove. I really hate what they're doing with Hawk and Dove.
I haven't seen it, but I was like, I saw that they had it on Canadian Netflix now, so I just stopped to play like the trailer to see, because I know it's on like season 3 or something or 4 or whatever. And I the scene that they played was a Hawk and Dove scene where Hank Hall is having an argument with Don, and I remember like I was watching it going like I didn't see the costume or anything like that. And the dialogue was kind of weird, but I thought the dude was kind of perfectly cast as Hank Hall.
Oh no, Hank Hall is spot on, perfect. It's what they did with Dawn and Dove. She's just as uber violent and out of control as him, and that's what's like.
That's not right. Yeah,
exactly. And for them in the TV show dynamic, that's what makes basically like they get like someone took the scene from Watchmen, Zack Snyder's Watchmen movie, where Night Owl and Spectre fuck up a bunch of people and then have sex because it turns them on.
Yes.
That's like their whole shtick.
Oh, okay.
And it's like, no, Dawn needs to be Dove, and she's just as violent as Hank. And I'm okay with Dick Grayson being bitter and jaded, because Dick Grayson should be bitter and jaded.
Absolutely.
And the dynamic between Dick Grayson and Jason Todd, when Jason Todd shows up, I mean, just so good. I'm like, oh, this is awesome. Don't change it. Like, I was hesitant at first on that, and like the only thing that gives me pause on the show really is Hawk and Dove. Like, I want to like everything else. It's just, it bothers me so much that Dove is ultra violent, because then there's no control over Hawk,
Yeah, that's the thing. She's the voice of reason for Hawk, and Hawk goes out of control. That's part of it. That's you know what I mean? Like, yeah, that's unfortunate.
But Brent just saying then you'll love season 3. So maybe.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, okay, cool. Yeah, I will get on it because I've been wanting to do it. I just haven't had the time to sit and watch it yet. Because there are most television, when I watch it, it's just background noise for me.
Right.
But that's a show that I want to watch. Like Doom Patrol. I watch it with my friend Adriana, and we haven't been able to connect and watch it because she's in California, so we have to stream it together. So we haven't finished the season yet, and I'm dying to finish the second season.
I gotcha. Yeah, I'm a big enough Hawk and Dove guy that I that was seeing the trailer was the first I was aware that they're even on the show.
Yeah.
And I was suddenly like, oh shit, okay. Like I haven't seen any of the DC content on TV except for the Swamp Thing, which I really enjoyed.
Until
But yeah, I kind of want to watch this just because good or bad, it's the same as like watching a Thor movie for me. Good or bad, the fact that it exists and the fact that I was a giant Thor not make you want to go and see it, just for the things that they might get right.
and like I said, and everything in the first two seasons.
Suit look cool. Like, do the suits look cool and change?
Yeah, they do. They look good. I mean, like they toned down Starfire quite a bit for reasons.
Okay, yeah.
But the actress playing Starfire is good, and the outfit they gave her is decent. But everybody else's costumes, outfits, whatever you want to call it, yeah, look great. Like,
okay.
Yeah. So I mean, Hawk and Dove look like they came right out of the comic book.
Oh, awesome. Yeah. Okay, good.
Yeah. And
the '90s, the '90s stuff, like with
yeah. I mean, you got the frill, got the pseudo cape type frill type.
Yep.
Yeah. They look. Oh no, actually no. I think they'll have that for a bit, but then they're just straight without the capes. But the bodysuit itself looks just the same.
Cool.
It looks
yeah.
good.
Is this the Titan show?
Yeah.
Such a great design. I love that. I love that design of that costume.
Yeah, and it's like I said, I'm like everything other than those two for the first two seasons, I was totally in. So, yeah, like I said, so I'm gonna watch season 3. I'm hoping, that what they're hinting at will happen because, like I said, that was the only thing that kept me from going. I can't watch this because, like, again, totally cool with Dick Grayson being bitter because he really should be, and Jason Todd shows up with such, like. The Jason Todd they wrote is a mix between like anybody who really knows Jason Todd from when he first showed up, like before they decided to make him a whiny little bitch, and so that everybody would vote to kill him.
Oh right, yes.
Because Jason Todd makes Damian Wayne look like a pussy. Because like
in terms of this and just the character, like
because this was a homeless kid that had to fight for every meal. Nothing was ever handed. He stole the fucking wheels off the Batmobile.
I love it.
That's how Batman found him and was like, okay, this kid's got some fucking gumption. He just he's a wild card and need to kind of tone it and train him. And Batman couldn't tone it down. And the thing that crossed the line is when it became where Jason Todd killed a pimp, but we don't know if he actually killed the pimp or not.
Oh, okay.
Where all like Jason Todd leaves Batman, as Robin and races off. Sorry, might have been a drug dealer. It's either a pimp or drug dealer, or or a mix of both, whatever, right? So Batman's coming to the building, all of a sudden sees the guy falling from the rooftop and hits the ground. And Batman gets up there and starts, giving Jason the business. And Jason's like, I don't know, he must have been afraid and jumped. And walks away from Batman. And it's like, holy shit. I mean, like, now you've got a Robin that's, like, not taking Batman shit, but knows all of Batman's secrets, so Batman can't get rid of him either.
Right,
so, yeah. So it's like, now you've got someone who's, and it wasn't a level of arrogance. It was because Jason Todd knew this guy from his time on the streets and knew how bad he was and wanted to go after him. And Batman wouldn't let him. And Jason's like, nah, fuck this. I'm doing it. And, so, yeah. So it's one of those things where it's like, no one ever knew if Jason Todd actually killed this guy or not. But you pretty much can assume that Jason Todd killed this guy. Yeah, and then they started turning him into,
But it's not that thing where he just didn't save him.
Yeah, it was by Batman swinging to the building where he figured out where Jason Todd was going and got there too late.
Right.
Yeah, and when he confronted Jason Todd about it, Jason wouldn't give him any straight answers.
But I mean, like Jason Todd didn't, like,
we didn't
could have
see
saved him.
We didn't see it. But
yeah, no one knows. Yeah.
So we don't know if the guy did panic and fall off the edge and Jason didn't save him, or Jason straight up pushed him.
Right.
Because Jason wanted this guy out because he had been beaten up on people he knew when he lived on the streets.
Because they've kind of like touched on that line in other stories, right? Where it's like, yeah, like I just don't have to save you. Like I don't have to kill you, but I don't have to save you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is like pretty much still murder.
No, that's not really murder.
The gray area,
Maybe
right?
manslaughter at best, but not murder.
It's a philosophical.
Yeah. Yeah. So I mean that, and then from that point on, then they started making him very much Luke Skywalker in Star Wars for the first act. Very whiny, very bitchy, moany, enough to where the fans started hating him enough to where they wanted to do the killing or death in the family, and they knew that people would want to see him dead.
Right. Yeah.
But prior to that, Jason Todd was, he was no fucking about. He's nowhere near the acrobat and athletic skill of Dick Grayson, and he wasn't the detective Tim Drake ever was. I would equate him to the Garth Ennis version of Punisher, just that raw fucking nerve that would just, pure willpower will see him through the end.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's what that Jason Todd Robin was, and it was an interesting Robin. Yeah. So when they bring him into the show, he's kind of got that. He's more Damian Wayne than Jason Todd.
Okay.
He's got this arrogance to him. That plays the way that Damian Wayne's pretty much insufferable most of the time, but there's moments where you're like, okay, yeah, I get it, yeah, it works, and that's what Jason Todd in the show was for me.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
Oh, so Liam Glenn is playing an older Batman. Yeah.
Who is
The guy
that?
from Game of Thrones.
He played shit.
He was Daenerys's guard at
Yeah,
he's the one who got the grayscale.
Yeah, I really like him as an actor. He has a great show on BBC where he is like all older British guys who become a detective on a BBC show. I have to look that one up, but yeah, it's a good show. But I do like him a lot. Yeah, I could see him as Batman.
I like him too. Yeah.
Yeah. All right, so that's what I'm gonna do tonight. I'm gonna watch episode 1 of season 3 for sure. Because like I said, I just needed that to be. I liked Ben Affleck better. Don't kill him. Oh no! Don't get me wrong. I don't disagree that Ben Affleck could have been a great Batman or Bruce Wayne. Yeah, he got stuck with a shitty story.
Yeah.
But yeah, Affleck looked awesome as Bruce. And
Yeah, he was great. I thought he looked great.
yeah. It just unfortunately he got fucking anchored down with a shitty show. Yeah, we were talking about that earlier, Nathan, about Witcher. Never really got into it. I'm not sure if I actually will or not. His content isn't really. I guess at some point I get bored, I might watch it, but yeah, Keaton coming back is going to be awesome. I want to see Terry. I want a Batman Beyond live action.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Why
That'd be
they
fun.
haven't jumped on that? Like, just say fuck it. Make that an Elseworld one. I don't care. But man, I've been going through because Batman Beyond is on the HBO Max here. I don't know if you guys have it there or anything like that. But so I've been like every other day watching either Batman animated series or Batman Beyond, just to make it last a little longer. But man,
I gotta check, but I don't think we have it even on Crave. Like, I don't think it's there.
But yeah, Batman Beyond was so good. I loved it, and man, it there's still some kind of hokey shit, but all in all, it still holds as storytelling goes. Oh, Brent just got the whole animated series. Awesome. I actually did too. Someone sold it on eBay. I got it for like stupid amount, like $20 or something. I was like, yeah.
Oh, Batman Beyond?
No, the original Batman the animated series.
Oh yeah.
'Cause they're
I love
doing
that
probably
show.
the same thing I'm doing, where like they're just burning the discs to their Plex server and then selling it. So, Nathan's saying Zac Efron is Terry McGinnis. Okay, who did I cast Zac Efron as? Oh, Wolverine. See,
Submariner?
no, Wolverine. I want him as Wolverine. So I think he's too big for Terry. He's a short guy, but and I'm not sure he's still Baywatch stacked, but I think he would be too big as Terry. I still think he'd be Wolverine if he could get back to his Baywatch build. I'm telling you, man, he'd be awesome as a. Oh, no, Nathan, you're treading on thin ice there, buddy. Don't be messing with Speedball. If I had a time machine, I would cast Justin Long as Speedball.
Justin Long.
You remember Dodgeball?
Yeah.
Yep.
He was the young kid in Dodgeball, the one that got hit with a wrench.
You can dodge a wrench. You can dodge a ball.
But you'd recognize he was also Mac in the Mac PC commercials. He was an accepted.
Oh yeah, that guy. Yeah.
Yeah. He would be a perfect Speedball. Time machine though. We need a time machine. Current casting, I don't know. I'd be very particular because Speedball is my Spider-Man. So I'm very protective of that character.
Don't want them to mess with, wreck that beautiful creation, eh?
It was a great idea.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, and again, it was my Spider-Man because he was the optimistic character when Spider-Man was very brooding and going through some heavy shit. Yeah, because he had just gone through the Sinister Six storyline. At the time he lost Aunt May for the third, but not the final time. There was a lot of
The
shit.
immortal Aunt May.
Yeah, there was a lot of shit going on in Spider-Man's life that they were taking him down a dark path. And just having Speedball, and of course he had his cat with the same powers. Come on.
That's true. Yeah.
Yeah. Brent's saying, it isn't superhero shit, but have you guys seen Wheel of Time? I have not, and I've never read the books, so I don't think I'm going to see it.
No.
It's way down on my list of things to watch.
I'm enjoying the heck out of it. I read most of the books. I think I read more than half of the books anyway. The books are a tremendous undertaking, I think. Unless you got a lot of time to kill, it take me about, I don't know, a few months to read each book, just casually when I'm able to. I love the book. I love the story. And I'm loving the show. I don't know that Erica loves it. She's got no attachment to the characters at all. So I think I'm spoiling stuff for her because I see stuff that I recognize and I get super jacked up about it. Like, oh yeah, this is gonna be awesome because that guy's. Oh shit, I shouldn't have said that because that's probably gonna be it anyway. And she's like, I don't care, But I'm enjoying it. I think it's pretty cool. They made some interesting casting choices, and my only complaint is one of the main characters. But so far, I like the creatures and stuff, the Trollocs and stuff, and the monsters look great. Some of the special effects are really different and interesting. But one of the characters is called an Ogier, which is sort of like an ogre, but more like a scholar type character class. Mm-hmm. And just the way he's described in the book is he's very big and very cool, and his ears do cool things. And in the show, they really kind of phoned in how he looked. I like who he was cast, who he was played by, but I feel like the makeup, it feels very much like the Beauty and the Beast show from the late 80s. Like it's got that standard kind of built up, almost lion-like face, and yeah, they missed a lot of things about that character. But the mannerisms, the actor's great. But yeah, I don't know. I'm in for the ride. I think there's only one more episode, and then they have been cleared for a second season, so I'll have to wait for that. But my brother is a tremendous fan of the series, and I'm waiting to see what he thinks of it. So yeah, I was going to discuss that at Christmas time before Christmas got canceled. But yeah, we'll see how that goes. But yeah, no, I'm enjoying that show too. Whoever it was who mentioned it, yeah.
Yeah, so Brent was saying, Brent agrees with what you were saying, about the, actually Brent Murray, a couple of those were actually talking about that one too, so.
Everyone who's read those books has been super into it, like love those books, but I just haven't gone into them.
Yeah, they were a level up for me from some of the stuff I was reading prior to that. Like I was reading all the R.A. Salvatore, Drizzt Do'Urden books and Icewind Dale, and I loved all that stuff. But I almost grit my teeth when I kind of reread them. If I reread them, it's because some of it's just kind of like oh, yeah. But Robert Jordan, I found his writing was very sophisticated and probably excessively detailed. My brother told me if I could make it through the first chapter that I would be in, and that the first chapter is really tough. But if I can make it through the first chapter to get a sense of how this guy tells a story, then you'll be okay. And he was right. I struggled through that first chapter, but then all of a sudden it was like, oh damn, So that was my experience with the book. I really liked them, but I don't know that I actually have the energy to go and pick up and read, because I think I still have like 6 more massive volumes to go to finish it, and I kind of feel lucky that there's a TV show, and I hope that they just follow the same path, and I can kind of spare myself that time because I have a lot of drawing to do. So.
Yeah, so
I'm
Brandon.
glad everyone's like this. Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
No, that's cool.
No, he was saying a great show would be the Mistborn series by Brandon Sanderson. I don't know that one either. I have to say I'm not much of a very limited on my fantasy, like, style reading. I've always been a sci-fi buff, so things like Wheel of Time, which has a bit of a sci-fi element to it, but always came off a little more fantasy for me.
Oh, it's definitely more fantasy. Yeah.
I just couldn't. So it wasn't one of the things that appealed to me. I wanted.
Have you read the Terry Brooks stuff?
Oh, I love Terry
I'm curious
Brooks.
about that. Yeah. That's one I want to pick up for sure. He did a huge run of books there too, right?
Oh yeah. God. Huge world he built there. Yeah. For sure. Well, I think this Gambit might be finished. I just added
I think so too, man. It looks really good.
A little bit of spice here and there, but yeah, I feel pretty happy with how it came out. Actually, been a long time since I've drawn this guy, or if I've ever drawn him. I don't remember. I think, like I said, I think I may have done a beer coaster at a show or something once, but
I'm pretty sure I've seen you draw a Gambit.
Yeah.
Really?
At least his head. Yeah, at least
maybe his head. Yeah.
Head, like a bust.
When I was drawing his eyes, I weirdly had a memory of drawing his eyes. But
Well, you even got the metal boots from the full-on '90s version, so yeah.
Oh yeah, you gotta
did it.
go. Yeah, whenever it comes to character like this, I always got to go with that. Like I'm actually I want to do some more Sabretooth stuff. I love Sabretooth, and I always love the 80s and the 70s and 80s costume better though than the 90s one, which I think is his most popular one. But there's something really nice about the 90s one too. I haven't drawn that one in a while, so I might give that a crack again.
Think the orange cover would be good for that one?
Yeah, I think so. I'd give that a shot.
Maybe we'll do a Sabretooth night.
Yeah, that'd be fun. Yeah.
I like
Or
I
just
can't,
do all the Marvel healing hero villains. So Weapon X, Wolverine, Sabretooth. Yeah, anybody's up for grabs on that little.
All the Weapon X affiliated stuff. Yeah, that'd be
fun.
Yeah, that'd be a
Have
fun
theme
night.
like that.
Yeah, just Weapon X. Yeah. Yeah, because then someone could draw Weapon H. Actually, Casey would probably do a murderous Weapon H.
That'd be fun.
Yeah, have you ever drawn that guy yet?
Nope.
Oh, you'd kill that, man. That'd be crazy.
I'm game.
Brent is
do
all over the straight fire, my man. Awesome job. So, who is this cover for? Do you remember?
This is for Ryan.
Ryan, that's it. Yep.
Yeah. Is Ryan watching?
I don't know. I didn't see him.
He was pretty excited. I did message him the other day. He seemed like he was pretty keen, but I know it's a Saturday night too, so.
Yeah, it was a tough night for some people, but the holidays.
Yeah.
What can you do?
Barry's very excited about the idea of a Weapon H.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, we'll schedule that out. We'll do a nice big night where we'll do all Weapon X affiliate. That would be fun because I'd love to see some.
I'll be there.
And, yeah.
I'll come do it.
Yeah, there's some cool characters that came out of that. Like does like that Maverick character?
I'll say he would count. Yeah. Anybody that deals with the timeline or the actual project would count. Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
Would Omega Red be part of that? I guess depending on which. Was Omega Red a part of that?
Omega Red
Red?
he's not. He's
I can't remember what his deal was. I thought he was.
He was like kind of like the Red Skull to Captain America to Omega Red to Wolverine type
Right.
thing. Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. So you could have him. You could have was it Cyber?
Silver Fox. Or yeah, Cyber. Yeah.
Yeah, because I love the
that
Sam
character, man.
Keith version of him. Yeah.
Oh my God, it was so crazy. The Sam Keith Cyber drawings.
Yeah.
Oh, they were
I
so.
don't remember that.
Yeah.
Oh, they were the Marvel Comics Presents when Sam
I'll
Keith
look
was
it up.
Wolverine. He was the bad guy, and
Yeah.
they were so. That character's got like adamantium skin, right? That was his deal.
And that's why Wolverine, like, literally feared him because while Wolverine had the bones, Cyber had the skin, and he couldn't even do anything. And Cyber fucked him up hard.
And Cyber looked so fucking badass too. The way Sam Keith drew him. Oh yeah.
Well, it just
Couldn't you
basically
just cook
take the
him?
max and coat him in adamantium. Just had that big hump
Pretty
kind
much.
of action going. And they had the poison fingertip needle type claw.
Yes. Yes.
Was he flesh inside though? Like was he flesh?
He's basically coated like they dipped his shit in adamantium.
So you could just like throw him in an oven and that would kill him.
Oh yeah, that's the only way they could actually. They microwaved his ass.
Yeah.
Did he have the mutant healing factor too?
Yep.
Yep.
Because anybody in the Weapon X program has to. But that was the only way that slowed him down.
Right.
They microwaved him. They literally microwaved him, and
Jeez.
But he would. Yeah, he'd survive though, right? He would regenerate.
Oh yeah. Because when you come up with a character that cool, Marvel's not going to give up on him.
You just got to keep burning him alive.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a horrific character.
Yeah, and that could be a fun night. We'll have to schedule that out. See if we can get a good crowd on that one and do a bunch.
Yeah.
All right, lads. But it is 10:00.
All right.
It covers.
I got a ways to go on this, but
but it looks great though.
Oh, it's looking awesome, dude. I love the pose. I love the energy and the expression.
Imran's popped in WhatsApp a couple times to say how much he's
Great detail, man. Great detail. Yeah, really good.
I go to the pound.
Totally
Pick
off
up a
topic,
dog.
but I like your little holder that you have for your books. How'd you make that?
Yeah, I kind of built that when I was doing a bunch of remarks, and I was trying to like preserve the corners. It sort of works. I just made it out of foam core, and I put like Scotch tape around, and there's a board underneath, and then I dug these corners out so I could like pick it up.
Nice.
And it'll lay flat underneath, like so I can put a board on top if I want to rest my hand on.
Very cool.
Stay
That's
flat.
a really good idea, man.
Keeps it clean and it's transportable.
Comic size?
Yeah. So
it
fits in
like
there
you said,
just
it's
a
almost
little bit of
perfectly
give.
Cut.
Yeah, brilliant.
Smart. All right, well, everybody who's still here watching us, thanks for joining us tonight. We got Brent, Rod, Tim, Murray, Barry. Anybody else I miss, I forget. I apologize, but great seeing everybody
Thanks,
tonight.
guys.
And
Merry Christmas, Brent and friends.
We will see everybody in 2022. So,
Woo!
yeah. All right, guys.
Happy holidays, guys.
Yep. Merry Christmas, happy holidays, all the little things you do. We will see you guys soon. Cheers.
Be good.
If not, don't get caught.